teaching at teach.org, supported by the U.S. Department of Education and 1 million teachers of color.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140.
598-6439 or visit
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he.
Although, no, Cody likes the Eagles, but she's a casual.
Does that count, though?
Right, exactly. Ask me about...
Maybe she just likes to be a maniac.
I forget the name of it now, but it's the Lakers show on HBO or something. The one about Jeannie Buss and all that. What's it called? Like, whatever it's called. My sister asked me yesterday. She's watching it.
Dave loves L.A. Dave loves it.
Oh, yeah, okay. I guess I could have factor for both my sister or the show. But two different people were like, oh, yeah, no, it seems to be catching like both the sports person and then like the person that just likes drama, non-sports person. I don't know if I could watch. I don't know how, regardless of how good it is. And I can usually do pretty well at like separating, like I can appreciate like players and history and all that, but I really don't know. CBS Sacramento. Deadly snake bites are up in California. Here's what to do if you see one. I know what to do if I see one. Ah!
A snake bite or a snake?
If I see a snake bite, then I'm like, unless it's at me.
Right.
Well, and I'm not going to ask the whole would you suck the poison out thing either. I mean, that just depends. On who it is, where the bite is.
If the snake was even venomous.
What a bad prank that would be. So, yeah, I don't know that I could enjoy a show on the Lakers. I just don't. Even though it's Jerry Buss and all that, and especially if it's insightful and there's a lot of history there, like, I get it. I just don't know if I could bring myself to go, oh, yeah, I'm into this. I don't want to know any of the characters. I don't want to root for them.
Understandable.
You know? They're talking about it now?
Yeah, hasn't it been out for a while?
Yeah.
Isn't it canceled, actually? Or am I thinking of the wrong one? This is the Jeff
got canceled, right?
Well, is this the one based on the Showtime, right? I'm mixed up because there's the one.
There's two different ones.
Yeah, there's the Jeff Pearlman book that I think that's the Showtime one. Winning Time, thank you. And then this is what's this one called? Did you look it up, or I thought you looked it up?
Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm not talking about Winning Time. This is something. This is called something else.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, what the hell? Lakers series.
I think this one isn't it more around Genie Bus?
Yeah. Well, that's what they...
Dave loves L.A. Dave loves it.
Dave doesn't
It's
love
like
it.
Kate Hudson's in it.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and that's not like a. It's not like a biography. It's not real.
Oh, it's not?
No, it's like.
that was like based on
Oh,
real
this
things.
person owns an LA basketball team and is running it.
Really? That's stupid. Great. I look up Lakers series and you can guess what I... Okay. Well,
Dave loves L.A. Dave loves
this is
it.
now the third time I've tried to open up the internet. And then I'm going... It's frozen 3 times and then... Wait, is it going to drop? Is it going to freeze? Yep, there you go. Well, that's good.
Fun.
Hey, Chris, would you mind starting a ticket? I open up the internet, which, let's be honest, is sort of important. And then it stays open for like 4... Oh, here we go. Watch. Wait, and boom, closes. So that's cool. That's cool. Hey, who needs the internet when you're doing a radio show, right? Who needs the internet? And, of course, I'll use the backup internet on. Oh, wait, there's not one. There's no other browser, so that's neat.
Running Point.
Running Point. Thank you. Running Point. So that's not real? I mean, I know it's real, but like that's based on garbage.
She is the new president of the fictional Los Angeles Waves pro basketball team, inspired by real-life Lakers owner Jeannie Buss.
What does that mean, inspired?
Not true.
Inspired by.
Inspired.
How was your weekend?
It was great. How about yours?
Great.
Yeah, it was yesterday. I thought about you and Chris. Like, it was yesterday the perfect tween weather for all of us. Like, it was probably closer to your weather.
Let's see if Chris and I come together here.
Hello. Actually, it was a lot closer to your weather, but it was comfortable enough to be outside.
It was great.
It was great. It was
a little windy.
Yeah, that
would be my only question. Or my only comment.
But I was out inside and go, you know what? It's not hot. It's not cold.
No.
It's overcast, so the sun wasn't like that made it not hot. I go, yeah, I agree with the little windy part.
Other than that, though.
And Saturday was great. Saturday was beautiful.
Yeah, but this is where I'm really
You had an alone weekend. I mean,
I did I had a disappointing weekend.
Oh.
Because my wife left
Friday.
No, turns out she left. She was leaving Friday, and then one of the girls got whatever. She was having a girls' weekend. She ends up leaving Saturday morning. She was supposed to, exactly.
Manwich off the table.
Manwich off the table.
Sloppy Joe's, I mean.
Yeah, well, yeah.
For Friday.
I don't remember what the hell we had Friday. Anyways, she leaves early Friday morning or Saturday morning.
So you're already off.
Already off. And then, so I had Sloppy Joe's, and I got some snackies and stuff. Got a 12-pack of A&W.
Not Banks.
Not Bangs.
Not Bangs.
And I got I put 2 mugs in the freezer Friday. So we could have icy cold. I put 4 mugs in the freezer. So we could have icy cold root beer, and then you take out the other 2 and you put the other 2. So you always have 2 mugs.
You have a backup.
I do. So, anyways, Sloppy Joe's Saturday night. It's fine. We're a day off. We can live with it. And then I had a couple movies lined up. But also, I was, if you want, buddy, we'll go out and do some evening golf around the track, because we had a lot of fun with them the other weekend doing that. Whatever you want to do, or we can go to a movie. Your choice. But Saturday night, it's our night. So I present him with that around noonish. And he very apologetically lets me know that he's got all his finals this week. He says, I got to lock in. So I can't, I guess if you really want to, we can, but I really got to study. And what am I going to say to that? Like, no?
Yeah.
So I could, but I was like, nah, you know what?
Study. Lock golf to play.
Right? And this kid, man, I'm telling you, he was studying all free. He came out for meals and goes right back in. He's obsessed. Which I should be happy with, but selfishly, I'm like, I want to hang out with you. But I get it. It's fine. Totally. So he came out for Sloppy Joe's, and we had we watched a couple of, whatever basketball game was on. We watched a little bit of that. And then we ended up watching part of the first Jackass. I'm starting to.
Oh, showing them the classics.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of the ones I haven't shown.
Did he like them?
Well, we fast forwarded through a few, but yeah, okay. There's still a line. I'm not trying to watch. Guy's got a string tied to his doot doot and sets off a firework. Like, well, I'm good on that. I'm good on watching that with my kid.
Hilarious.
What's wrong with him hooking it up to his toy train?
Nothing at all.
Okay.
So there was that. I am a little proud of myself, though slightly in trouble. Although I will be fair. My wife handled this a lot better than she could have.
Set the screen.
So Sunday morning, I'm up, as we all are, early with this show. I'm up probably 5:36 a.m. Hanging out. What time did you get up? What time?
Yesterday?
Yeah.
9:30.
Yeah. Are you serious?
Yeah.
I'm so.
I was up to like 1 something.
Really?
Yeah. Let's go right back to.
Good for you.
Stay up late.
Good for you. I wish maybe it's because with the Kings games, like your body still can do a little bit of both during the year. I don't know. Good for you. I'm really jealous of that.
Just no alarm. So I mean, if it's earlier, it's earlier.
Sure.
It's not usually.
Time did you get up, Chris? Yesterday.
8:15.
All right, it is just me. Well, hey. So I'm up. Whatever, 5:36. And
very specific. 5:36.
5:36. So, anyways, I'm doing stuff, and around 7:30, I get this idea, right? So, the girls the night before, they're doing their, girls trip, white wine, talking about the whatever, whatever. So I remembered that up at the cabin, I have a speaker system up there called a Sonos speaker system. And what it allows you to do is like you open up Spotify or Apple Music or whatever. And as long as it's connected to Wi-Fi and you're connected to Wi-Fi, you can play music and you can control the volume. You can control which room you use. So we have one downstairs in the living room. We have one in the kitchen, and we have one in each bedroom, a speaker, right? So I roll. Of course, It's Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. It's about 7:36, and I just start blasting it, right?
How do you play it?
I play it off my phone. But if my phone's connected to Wi-Fi and the speakers up there are connected to Wi-Fi, I can connect to the speakers from the house. Mm-hmm. So I'm playing it there, and I can see. So like the first time I played, it played for like 15 seconds, and then it stopped, which means somebody physically stopped it up there. So I'd wait like 5 seconds. Well, the first time I waited 30 seconds because I figured they'd get back into bed. And then I played it again, just picked it up where it left off. So this went on like literally 7 times. And then Melissa calls me.
Is that when you answer like, hello?
No, she knew I was up. But I was like, hey, baby, what's going on? She goes, hey. And I could tell she's like, I think there's something wrong with the speakers. I go, what? What'd you do?
What did you do?
What'd you do? They keep playing music, and I scared the blank out of us. And now everybody's awake, unplugging speakers because they won't stop. And I've unplugged them all. But it's still, there's somewhere downstairs it's coming from because they're all upstairs. And I'm like, well, go downstairs and see if it starts again. And then, like, as she's talking, I started again. Panama.
This is terrifying. Why is this playing?
So I didn't even know this was possible, but we have this, like, I don't know how else to describe it. It's a picture frame on the wall, but it's a digital, like, Amazon picture frame that has like the weather, and you can do different. You can control stuff in the house from it. Well, I guess that connected to it too. So she didn't realize music's also coming from this picture frame randomly, which is the last one. She can't unplug it, but anyways, I got through like 5 minutes. And then finally there's, she's, what is going on? We're all awake, scared the hell out of us. Why would it do that? And I'm like, I don't know. And then all of a sudden she paused. There's just a pause. And I know it's coming. She's like, oh my.
Set the screen.
She's like, oh my God. seriously? I go, what? Seriously, what'd you see? What's going on? I'm playing some. She goes, shut up. You're and then she just laid in, but there was like a little bit of laugh there. Like, weirdly enough, she respected the game. She had respect. Like, it was like when you guys got me with the stupid, with the mascot race.
Still enough wine in her, you think?
I mean, maybe.
Softened it.
Maybe helped.
You really wasted it.
Wasted what? Oh, the wine?
No, the
opportunity.
Why? What should I play? Like some scary music or something?
You should have waited until like 11 o'clock at night and then get into your Halloween sound effects.
They would have, the problem if I thought about doing it at night, but the problem is they'd have been going, feeling good and all that. They probably would have been into it.
That's
I didn't want that.
You need it. You need to just like keep it on in the background very low.
I mean, okay, I see where you're going. Like, it would have to be a very specific track.
Maybe even set up like
no
hey,
music, just sound effects.
Yeah, and maybe like, hey, I was there last time. It's like, you just kind of keep an eye on like doors are opening and stuff like that.
You know what I could have? I just remember we have there's one speaker that's like a portable one that's connected with a little handle. We keep it on this little charger on the deck out back. So I could have just isolated that speaker and played the sound effects like loud enough so they could hear them on the inside. Because there's a little camera back there, so I could tell if they were outside in the backyard or not. So I could have waited until they're inside, which is right by the backyard. Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't put that much thought in it. Thankfully, she was fine with, she was pissed, but not for real pissed.
Right.
And then the day resumed. And then the other woman in my life, the child.
Daddy.
Yeah, we had some
I want
conversations.
you to play scary music for me.
we had some tough conversations yesterday. We had some real father-daughter moments that were tough because she's concerned about a couple of things. She's very frustrated because
Her 5th and 6th year.
her bite your tongue. So her roommate next year, she's really excited with. It's like her best friend down there, right? And one of the reasons that she's rooming with this girl next year is, and the girl isn't rooming with her old roommate, is that her old roommate kept bringing her boyfriend over at all times of whatever, and it pissed her off. And so she and Avery are going to be roomies next year in the sophomore housing. Well, new roommate has a boyfriend now. And new roommate is now having her boyfriend, who, by the way, goes to UCLA. I know, right? Exactly. So that's apparently a thing. And Avery's like, yeah. And on top of that, apparently, he is not afraid of the weed. So that's going on a lot. And he's over there all the time. And she's like, I don't want this. I don't want that next year. I don't want that at all. Like that, and that was our deal. And then she's just frustrated. Like she texted me last night and she said, I'm at this thing. And she goes, everybody's either vaping, drinking, smoking weed, or God knows what else. And and she's not a Karen, and she's not she's not trying to yuck anyone else's yum either. She's not into that. And so we had to have like real conversations about, there's a fine line between, like, you don't want to make people feel, and they're offering her, and then she said it's starting to get more and more, like she's the girl that's not doing the stuff, and she's like the only one in that group of, 7, 8 kids. And then on top of that, she's getting propositioned more by the opposite sex to, date and go out and whatever. And we've had long talks about that, right? Like, and I know I'm going to get killed for this. And this is where I go right up to the edge of what I like to share. Right here. There is a limit, and I'm right there. But we've had long talks about relationships and stuff like that. As she, look, college experience, want you to have that, right. All that stuff. And I get that part of this is me being a protective dad. I'm very aware of it. But we've had talks where I'm like, there's literally no upside. There's absolutely, drugs and boys, you should equate on the same level. Like, first off, all men are horrific people. Like,
That's not true.
It's pretty true.
Just the ones in Los Angeles.
Okay,
So
okay. Well, we can agree to agree.
she picked a bad part of the country to go to.
Agree to agree. You picked a bad time to leave. Sorry. So, horrible people. But even as I've said to her, look, best case scenario, you meet a great one. You meet a really good guy. Okay.
Worst case scenario,
Yeah, exactly.
we're giving interviews to Dateline. Worst case.
I'm just saying, like, okay, look, I'm gonna do a little. Okay. Hold on here. All right.
How would you feel about Chris being on the Dateline, representing your family?
You know, this is what happens when these rich families send their child away to a different part of the country.
All right, I'm drawing a graphic. It's gonna be hard for you to see, but okay. So this is me right here. Okay. All right. That's the edge I'm at. All right. There's a little arrow. Like I'm right at. This is the edge. This is the edge where like humor. Like I get it. I'm opening myself up for this, but we have to all be. I just have to be very careful here, because there's a little girl, right? I'm gonna make a little. I don't know why I'm making her look like a Hasidic Jew, but those are pigtails.
Wow.
Okay, right there. Okay, that's her. That's Avery. See?
Yep.
Right. Okay. So
Thanks for the chart.
I sometimes visuals are better.
Okay.
So I'm like, look, best case scenario, like you meet a guy, be your first real relationship, blah 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 blah. But like, okay, so something goes wrong. You got to go to school with this guy. Everything's weird. Like, there's no point. You're not going to be, even if on, and then let's say the relationship lasts the next 3 years till you graduate. Shut up.
So this is taking place in 2030.
So then you guys are going to go this way, or he's going to go over there, and you're going to go over here. As far as like, he's got a job on the East Coast, and you want to stay on the West Coast, and now you have to either long distance or give up. One of you has to give up your whatever for the other, and that's if nothing else happens. Like, God forbid, there's far worse things that could happen that don't involve Dateline, but there's no upside. Go to college, be there for college, have some fun, eat the ice cream, but you're not there to date, you're not there to party, you're there to go to college and be done with college, and then once you're done with college, get situated, then get in your relationship.
But isn't going to that college experience inherently learning more about yourself?
It is.
And wouldn't that involve whatever, love, heartbreak, whatever, choosing not to as well, like all choices?
I know that.
So when you wanted her to enjoy the college experience that you never got to have, you're thinking of the college experience for you would have been studying and having ice cream every once in a while.
No, the college experience for me would have been screwing and smoking everything I could get my hands on. I'm talking about, like, I was into mechanical stuff, like working on cars and stuff. Jesus, guys.
Smoking cars.
There's a reason I didn't go to college. I was a failure at, being responsible and not doing drugs or drinking or God knows whatever else I did. It wasn't an accident. I was smart enough to go to college. I just didn't have the, discipline to go to college. So here she is. And I don't, again, I know helicopter parent and overbearing. I understand. And ultimately, she's going to do what she wants to do. She's going to do what she wants to do. She has a good head on her shoulders, and I trust her. But my advice, I'm an advisor. That's all I am at this point. I'm an advisor. She can take the advice. She can leave the advice. She has other advisors on her council. She has the mom. She has the aunt.
So when does the phrasing of what's the win with whatever relationship become, oh, now it's okay, now it's time?
Well, if in my perfect world, as a dad, it would be you've graduated, you've solidified yourself in your career enough. You don't have to get your 10-year pin, but you've gone beyond the intern part and you've put at least some geographical roots down, and that way. I just don't want her decisions at any point in her life. I don't want her beholden to anybody, male, female. I just don't want her beholden to anybody. And I know that's not necessarily realistic, but, I there's a fine line between I'm trying to give her the best advice I can because I want her to have the best life she can, but also understanding that she's not me and she's not going to like I did everything. I went to college, or I did not go to college. Sorry. I knocked my wife up a month after I met her. We had 2 kids, 2 years and 2 weeks from the day we met. Like, I don't want that and it's different when, she's the girl.
Right.
Let's just be honest. She's the girl. She's the one that's going to be going through all that. And the guy could stay or go. So just shut up and study and eat some ice cream. You can go to a party.
Be like Mason.
Be like Mason. Just lock in, man. Lock in and do the thing and graduate with honors and get a great job so you don't need anybody. You don't need a guy. You don't need a girl. You don't have to worry about money. You're self-sufficient. But, then you come to work and the internet doesn't work. So, yeah, we'll take a break. We got a big show for you today. A lot of sports going on. A lot of sports. There was a Kentucky Derby yesterday that broke some that trailblazed a little bit. Good race. The A's didn't have a good weekend, but had a good weekend. We'll explain that. The NBA playoffs are now moving on. And just before we came into work, and we'll talk to Jason about this, we'll gather some audio, of course, as well. Just sad news out of the world of baseball and affecting you specifically. But I think anyone who's a baseball fan would be monumentally affected by this. John Sterling, long time voice of the Yankees, who just, I want to say, last year retired, stopped. I know he'd slowed down.
Yeah, maybe it was the season before, but he came back and did a few games.
That's what I remember, yeah. So iconic announcer for the Yankees passed away at 87 this morning. So a lot of that. We'll get into all that as we start a Monday show next.
Being a good game show contestant requires a few characteristics.
I prepared a round of Jockpardy, the game of stupid sports knowledge.
Quick decision making.
I said Matt, and then she went, oh, Kayla! And you said, yes, Kayla!
Grace under pressure.
What do you mean? There's a bunch of teams that play across the pond!
A clear understanding of the rules.
The category was not, clear.
And most importantly, a positive attitude.
Name that king for one. Everybody ready? No!
Hang in there, Matt. Practice makes perfect. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Protect your home and auto with a bundle from Progressive so you can stop worrying about them and invent new things to worry about, like snakes in your bedroom. Sure, that sounds incredibly irrational, but now that we've mentioned it, you are a little worried. The odds of one snake, let alone snakes plural, are so slim. But you might want to check. Oh, you're not near your bedroom. Guess you'll just have to sit there and worry about it. So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Injured and you're considering an LA law firm looking to charge you 45% to 50% in attorney's fees? That's overcharging. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years, and I can tell you no matter how complicated your injury case, you should never be charged 45% or 50% in attorney's fees ever. Direct, experienced, unrelenting, and honest local representation matters. It's called Home Court Advantage for a reason. Ashton & Price serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries. So for the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
At Big O, we offer total auto care to make any car problem feel like no problem at all. We keep the scary lights off and help you get back on the road. From free inspections to oil changes and tire rotations. Now through May 24th, get $80 to $120 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Nexen, Nitto, or Sumitomo tires with installation purchase. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation required. Disposal fees and shop fees extra were permitted. See store for pricing. Eligibility may vary. Not valid with other offers.
Is the volatility of the stock market driving you crazy? Is your retirement account sinking, yet you're getting older and you're starting to worry about, will I have enough for retirement? What about the money in the bank? These banks pay nothing these days. How do we get growth to get to retirement account? It's simple. Move into gold and silver. Want to know how to do it? Listen to my show, Striking Gold, with me, Kenny Michaels.
The following is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
Welcome back. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Christopher Law, taking you all the way through a Monday. First Monday of May.
Hey, how about that?
I heard that once. And then soon, Memorial Day. Then, 4th of July.
Okay.
Got two holidays. Juneteenth.
Yep.
So we got a May, a June, and July now. So is August? No, I was going to say, is August the only month without a holiday?
No, our longest gap is from February to May.
Well, because February has something in there, right? Like President's Day?
Yeah, from that part.
Oh,
so
I
there's
got you.
Nothing in March or April.
I guess Easter, but I don't think that's yeah.
It's on the weekend. People are like, St. Patrick's Day, it's not a holiday.
Yeah, nope, you're right. What do you call that? What do you call St. Patrick's Day? It's a holiday, right? But it's not a holiday. I know what you're saying, and you're right.
People are like, Halloween. I'm like, it's not.
Yeah, it's not. Well, like, what is that? Just a day? What do you call that
Day
then?
to be recognized? I don't know.
It's a holiday. It's just on a day off.
So, but how would you differ those? Like, there should be different names. Like this one thing they do better than this. Over in England, they call them bank holidays. And if it's a bank holiday, then you get it off. There's a holiday and a bank holiday, I think is how they do it. And then, like, today's a bank holiday for them. I don't know what the hell it is. They have them every other week.
Oh, it's Quattro de Cinco.
Oh, this big, it's a big Star Wars holiday today. May the 4th be with you.
Big.
It's huge. I mean, it is in the Star Wars world. You got Mandalorian and Grogu coming out soon.
Today? Oh,
no. Is it today? I don't think so.
You'd think it'd be on the big day, I guess.
You know what? You're right about that. May used to be the month. May and June. May really where all the big boys come out.
Yeah, close to Memorial Day.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Kick off of the summer season. Then you'd have the second round be, like July 4th weekend. If I remember right, like Indy Jones and like Return of the Jedi and all that stuff came out in May, I think. And then like Independence Day would come out, July 4th, that type of thing. Because, Independence Day.
Yeah.
July 4th. Big weekend in sports. You had the Kentucky Derby, and hey, that was a thing because
good race.
It was
great race.
It was a great race, and there's some angles out there that were really, really, really cool. And here's how it finished up.
They come to the last 16th of a mile. Janon Bourbon in front. Both shooting a huge long shot. Renegade and Golden Tempo are closing too. Here's Golden Tempo. Golden Tempo.
Golden Tempo.
Yeah.
It was Golden Tempo that won. First female trainer ever to win the Kentucky Derby. And that's always good. So, yeah, now and what was it? One of the horses, like, God, I forget what the affliction was. I remember reading it on Friday, but like, what was it? The Puma?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was one of the big horses in there. Yeah, it was just something minor that's apparently they'll be over by the what's the next one? The Preakness and then the Belmont, I think, or vice versa. That just sucks.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be so careful with those horses.
Well, and then there was the other one. I don't remember the name of the horse, but they were loading them all into the gates and, like, ditched the jockey. The jockey fell off. The horse fell backwards, and then they couldn't contain it.
Yeah.
And there's, like, scratch.
Yeah, get out. Can you imagine
that far in? You know, people have bet on the horse. Not that it's about that, but some people would be frustrated.
Absolutely.
All the people that work so hard to train and everything. You're like,
millions of dollars into it. Yeah. It's just
like seconds before the race.
Right. That's going to be depressing.
Yeah.
Imagine that happened with like a NASCAR.
Right.
NASCAR just gets angry, tosses the driver up.
You're out.
Jimmy Johnson no longer racing.
Yeah.
Have you ever been around one of them horses in person?
No.
Oh my God. I was at one time. Who's the one that won the Triple Crown? American Pharoah. We were in Kentucky. It was like the year after American Pharoah won. And our buddy had set up, like, literally, it was like a meet and greet with American Pharoah. We went to the ranch. Yeah, exactly. And they roll out American Pharoah, and there's like the little white wooden fence in between us and American Pharoah, but the fence only comes up to, American Pharoah could have jumped it easy. I think it was just like a courtesy fence. And they bring American Pharoah out, it was all like dolled
Signing
up.
autographs.
Honestly, it was the most hilarious scene because it comes out and they're very much like, we can't feed it. Because that was my first question. I was like, how dope would it be to feed a Triple Crown? Just hold the little.
Here's some Carl's Jr.
Right. Here's a breakfast burger. A little carrot or something. Whatever. No, a very specific diet. And it had like the saddle with the number on it, and like they have like not real flowers obviously, but the bouquet. What is it? The little necklace bouquet of roses or flowers or whatever. Anyways, they got the horse all dolled up, right? And then they're like, American Pharoah will pose for photos. So it was like 10 of us. So we took a group photo, and then this is the best part. Then individually we go up. I got it somewhere. Individually we go up, and
I'm attempting to dazzle Dave.
The horse would put its face over your shoulder, I guess. And then whoever was taking the photos, right, because they took the photos, they'd be like, or whatever I can't remember what they did, but dude, the horse knew how to pose for photos, which was, am I weird by saying that's almost as impressive to me as actually winning the whole stinking thing, man? Like,
you don't want to put a cigarette in his mouth?
I desperately. So yeah, they paraded him all around, and then they stripped him down, and we got to watch him do a lap, and then
American Pharoah should go take a lap.
Yeah, he did a little workout lap, and then I don't know if the one where we're posing, but yeah, there's me and American Pharoah's not into it.
No,
but we're all suited. He kind of looks like, hey, can you?
I think American Pharoah should have had glasses on like you.
How great would that have been? Yeah. Well, it's sunny outside. My point is, those things are huge.
Yeah,
they're massive, and they're nothing but muscle. So,
you sure American Pharoah didn't let it go?
American Pharoah did let it go. Actually, at one point, dude. American Pharoah was gassy that day. Let's just put it that way. I don't know what they're putting in his feed. American Pharoah was having issues. The other thing you may or may not have caught over the weekend, if you're a golf fan, you probably did. But you remember the story last weekend? Matthew Fitzpatrick, Alex Fitzpatrick at the Partners Tour, Zurich and New Orleans, and Matthew Fitzpatrick they win it. His brother who won like $250,000 in 3 years. They win it, gets 1 point something milli, life-changing, gets a 3-year exemption on tour. Kid goes out this weekend playing the Cadillac Championship, a signature event. You got Scheffler and, Cam Young ran away with the whole thing. Guy finishes top 10. He finished top 10.
There you go.
The old brother finished top 10. And
he's making money on his own.
Absolutely. Made another $500K. He's now 41st on the money list this year. He's zoomed all the way. That's a really, really cool story if you're into that sort of thing. And then we'll get into it a lot more later, Jason, but I am really hats off to the Philadelphia 76ers. Hats off. Overcoming a 3-1 deficit. Mm-hmm. Boston's got home court advantage. I understand that Jason Tatum missed Game 7, but, Jason Tatum missed most of the season. What a weird, wacky season for the Boston Celtics. Joe Mazzulla is either going to win Coach of the Year or be top 3. Did a hell of a job. They get in that position. Detroit looks a little faulty. Like, the Eastern Conference looks really shaky, at least through the first round. You're thinking, wow, could they come through this and win the thing? And then they lose their first. I get to the sixth, myself included, we're like, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. You just got to tip your cap to that. And the Sixers being one of those teams that people say, well, if they're healthy.
Right. Well, here they are.
Kind of healthy. Sort of healthy. Boston goes home, and now you wonder, well, they blew a 3-1 lead, but does the fact that they shouldn't have been, this was a gap year. Mm-hmm. If you'd have told us earlier in the year that Boston was going to go to 7 games in the first round and lose, I think most Boston fans would have been like, wow, what heart, what passion. So, and we'll take a break, but I would.
What hat? What passion?
What passion? I would like to take as we take this break, and we'll get to some things that Jaylen Brown and Paolo Banchero said in the postmortem. But everybody take a moment. Look, I know we've had our issues here in Sacramento with sports. Take a couple minutes. I think it's okay to feel compassion for other people. It has now been since 2024 since Boston last won a championship.
How do they do it?
You got the whole New England thing. They lost in the Super Bowl and the Mike Vrabel thing going on. Bruins are out. Red Sox just fired their manager. Celtics just got tossed out. It's a tough year for Boston fans when all their teams pretty much made the playoffs or Super Bowls. And they haven't won a think about that. There are 2-year-olds out there that have never experienced a title.
Tough way to start there.
The only thing more stupid than your accent is the way you're dressed, the content of your brain, and your face.
Jaylen Brown called out this guy for flopping. He's 100% right. We'll talk about that more next.
Being a good game show contestant requires a few characteristics.
I prepared a round of Jockberty, the game of stupid sports knowledge.
Quick decision making.
I said Matt, and then she went, oh, Kayla! And you said, yes, Kayla!
Grace under pressure.
What do you mean? There's a bunch of teams that play across the pond!
A clear understanding of the rules.
The category was not, clear.
And most importantly, a positive attitude.
Name that king for one. Everybody ready?
No!
Hang in there, Matt. Practice makes perfect. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
How was your break?
It was great until I stopped for gas. Prices have gone up almost $1 with no end in sight. I might have to start watching how much I drive.
That's exactly why I use Upside. I never pay full price for gas with the free Upside app.
Upside?
Yes, Upside. It's the free app that gives you cash back just for buying the gas you're already buying. So even with the rising gas prices, I'll never have to limit how much I drive.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Just last year, I made over $200 with the Upside app.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app right now.
Download the free Upside app to earn cash back on the gas you're already buying. Use promo code THRIVE25 for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code THRIVE25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first fill-up. That's THRIVE25.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Attention Roseville residents. This just in. Keeping your vehicle well maintained doesn't just protect your car. It also protects your local waterways. This May, bring your used oil filter to a participating AutoZone location and receive a free new filter. Available every weekend in May. Recycle your used oil and filter the right way. For details and tips on proper oil and filter replacement, visit roseville.ca.us/oil. Funded in part by Cal Recycle. Limit 1 per customer. Maximum value is $9.99. Roseville residents only. Proof of residency is required at participating locations only.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger, to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Support comes from Amazon Business. Unlock smart business buying with fast, free delivery on millions of items and practical AI innovations that automate repetitive tasks so you can make smarter decisions faster. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
No way. Gas prices shot up again.
I know, but I got us covered.
So generous. What's your deal?
What's my deal? I went to Metro and saved. Got 4 lines for just $25 each and 4 free new Samsung Galaxy A17 5G phones, and all on the T-Mobile network.
Ah, how about we go to Metro today?
Get that more for your money feeling. Visit your Metro by T-Mobile store. Just bring your numbers. Not available if you've been with Metro or T-Mobile in the past 180 days.
Thunder, feel the thunder. It's the energy all around you. Lightning and the thunder. The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration. The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it. Feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports. When it breaks,
we have it first.
It's Sactown Sports breaking news.
Jason doesn't know what this is, so we're going to have fun with it. An NBA coach has been fired.
Uh-oh.
Take a guess. I'll even help you out because you'd think this would be a big setup to pat myself on the back for being a predictor. It is not David Adelman. But this coach did have his team in the playoffs. You can phone a friend, take a 50-50, or what's the other one? Phone a friend, 50. Oh, audience.
All the audience.
I guess you're the audience then, Chris. Would you like a lifeline? I'll give you a 50-50.
Yeah.
Okay, so
it's 2 teams, right?
Let's see. Your choices, well, I already took away the Nuggets. Your choices would be, let's say, the Raptors, the Magic.
That's 50-50.
But I need 4, right? And then no? Yeah, there's 4 choices, A, B, C, D.
Okay.
And then 50-50 cuts it down to 2.
Okay.
The Celtics and the Rockets. Okay.
And you're going to take 2.
I'm going to take 2 away. Okay. Ready? And I'm going to cross off. You know what? I'm just going to cross these 2 off. I'm crossing off the Raptors and Celtics. I'm leaving the Rockets and the Magic. Ime Udoka or Jamal Mosley. By the way, everybody, if you know, Jason does not know. He has not looked at his phone. Jason Ross. Now, you can take the $10,000 and walk away. Or you can answer for $1 million.
Oh, it's all guts, no glory.
All guts, no glory. All gas, no brakes. Yep. That's Jason Ross's motto. You want to phone a friend? Or are you going to guess?
I'm going to guess. I'm really torn. I was really, when you gave me the choices, I was like, oh, it's the Raptors.
You're really torn. Shout out Natalie Imbruglia.
All right, let's go with Houston Rockets. Lock it in.
Final answer?
Yep.
Jason Ross, you are going home empty-handed.
It was great.
Jamal Mosley has been fired by the Orlando Magic. I didn't see
7 without one of their best players.
I didn't see it coming.
Oh, there it is. I needed to wait 3 more seconds.
Oh, that would have sucked if that came up right. I wouldn't have seen it either. After 5 seasons, Jamal Mosley. That's interesting. Magic president Jeff Weltman, who signed a contract extension just before Orlando's run to the NBA Cup Final Four, will lead the team's search for the next head coach. Mosley led the Magic to 2 division titles and 3 consecutive winning seasons, while dealing with a litany of injuries to key starters, particularly over the last few years. By the way, I always like to point this out. This may or may not be one. It's certainly a factual statement. Notice the tone of Shams' tweet, though. I got to see who Jamal Mosley's agent is. That's a very kind tweet. We've talked before about the currency with journalists.
Yeah.
Not that I'm not, by the way, not accusing Shams of doing anything ill-handed or, ill-handed? Underhanded. There we go. That's interesting.
Yeah, I think it's a bit surprising. Look, I don't know the internals, of what, the day-to-day, what it was like, how he was to work with. But on the results part, I know we got a postmortem later on the Magic and the teams that went out. They were that close to becoming, the 7th or 8th seed to beat a 1. Yeah. I know they're going to look back at Game 6. They had one of the most epic collapses. They were up at home in that series and could have put Detroit away and then had just a hideous, 45 minutes of real time when they didn't make a shot. It was 23 straight misses. The run was incredible. But, man, ahead, parts of yesterday, the second half kind of got away, but my goodness.
Did not see that coming there, Jason Ross.
I didn't either.
Will Jamal Mosley will Jamal Mosley be the new coach in Denver?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. I don't have my internet up, so let's see if this works. This was Paolo Banchero yesterday when asked if the Magic are good enough to reach the next level.
Is this team good enough? Do you have what you need to be successful at that next level?
I mean, I can't really answer that. I want to say yes, but we haven't been out of the first round. So if you're going off the last 3 years, the answer is no. But the nice answer would be yes. But honestly speaking, I can't say that we're good enough to be in the finals or Eastern Finals because the last 3 years we've had the same result. So that's your answer.
Actually, I like that answer.
I do too. It's a very honest answer.
It is very honest, and I think he's going to believe in them, and they should believe in themselves. But
yes,
the proof is they have not been able to do it.
They have not been able to do it, and now they look. This is going to be a weird summer for coaches. I think this is going to be a weird summer for coaches. I don't know. I just kind of feel it. I feel like we're going to have some. I don't think Missoula's going anywhere. I don't think he's going. He shouldn't. But also, there are some. Boston's weird.
Weird yesterday what they did, or the day before.
Yeah, there have been some questionable things, And Joe, look, I don't know Joe Mazzulla personally. I don't. He might be I'm not in any way, shape, or form insinuating that he's not awesome and that players don't love him. Also, Joe sometimes kind of sends me for a loop, like when in the things he says and how he is. Many times in a great way, like recognizing reporters that are young in the back that like maybe don't ask the loud questions, following up with he's very, very good with the media for the most part. But it also seems like Joe's the guy that like I would always be, if I was asking him questions every day, I would always be on point in the sense that I would never know what seemingly normal question would trigger him in a bad way and what really tough question I would get like the greatest answer ever out of. He's one of those interviews that's really fun and difficult to do, I think.
Yeah, and their big move, which Brad Stevens, remember, wins Executive of the Year, was to trade for Nikola Vucevic. He doesn't play at all.
Yeah, which that you always wonder about that because if you have a GM-coach disconnect, and by the way, as great as Joe Mazzulla is, Brad Stevens, if there was a battle is all I'm saying, if there was some sort of issue between Stevens and Mazzulla, and we have no reason to think there is, but looking at something like that, you do ask, Brad Stevens is winning every part of that battle. There's just no contest. Well, more on that a little bit later. That is surprising. Also, we had planned on talking about Jaylen Brown calling out Joel Embiid for being a floppy fish, which I love it when players, good for him. I love it when players do this. The only way it's going to get better is if fans and fellow colleagues bully each other on this stuff. We'll take a break. Top of the hour. Hey, Jason. Did that hour go by fast?
This whole week has.
It really kind of has. So far, this week has been really fast. Yeah. So we'll take a break. When we come back, 3 for Madness, as always, leading off the second hour. Did the NBA do something stupid again? They're getting a lot of flack for this. We may have to have a tough conversation about one of our favorites in baseball. And we now know who's going to represent the Sacramento Kings in the draft lottery this Sunday. I got a question for you about that. 3 for Madness next.
Has DeMar DeRozan played his final game with the Kings? Tune into the Matt George podcast at SactownSports.com, the Sactown Sports YouTube channel, or the Sactown Sports app to hear the latest insight on the star forward's potential future in Sacramento.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
A's fans, the 2026 season is here, and single game tickets are on sale now. Be there for an exciting season, packed with theme days, giveaways, and fireworks nights, including bobbleheads, jerseys, hats, and much more. And getting in is easier than ever. Tickets start at just $8 for select April and May games. From opening day to unforgettable summer nights, there's something for everyone at the ballpark. Get your tickets today at athletics.com/tickets and be part of the excitement this 2026 season.
Did you try my Colombian tamales? They're delicious.
Yes, but the Mexican tamales I brought are better.
Colombian tamales wrapped in plantain leaves are unmatched, you know.
But the Mexican tamales wrapped in corn husks are the authentic ones.
At least we can agree that they taste better with Pepsi.
Without a doubt. Can you pass me a straw?
You mean a pitillo?
Tamales deserve Pepsi.
Meet Morgan Jones. Morgan is about to step into a world unknown to most, thanks to Progressive's Renters Insurance, a place of fresh linens and turn-down service. You see, Morgan temporarily vacated her apartment and has gone to a hotel because a pipe burst in her apartment. A pipe that made her sense of reality and apartment ceiling all come crashing down. Luckily, Morgan checked into Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
Join us at Camping World's Red, White, and New Trade event, our biggest trade event of the year, May 14th through the 17th. Trade in your RV and get the highest value guaranteed. Then upgrade for less with new RVs starting as low as $94 a month. Plus, take 25% off select maintenance services. Save up to 40% on camp-ready must-haves. And enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Red, White, and New Trade event at your local Camping World, May 14th through the 17th. We'll see you there.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Over the years, some of golf's best stories were about the legendary Ben Hogan. Tommy Bolt once said that Hogan was the only player he'd ever known to get an ovation on the practice tee. He said he saw Hogan playing practice rounds before a tournament where half the gallery was made up of other professionals. When Bolt was asked who was better, Jack Nicklaus or Ben Hogan, Bolt replied, "Well, I saw Nicklaus watch Hogan practice, but I never saw Hogan watch Nicklaus." That's a pretty definite answer. Hogan described the game of golf as a game of misses. He said, "The player who misses best is the one who's going to win." He believed that the first hole was the most important, saying, "Well, if you don't birdie the first hole, how can you expect to birdie them all?" Ben Hogan knew the value of positive thinking on the golf course. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Bad hosting by me. Randy Cross joins us in the next segment. We were going to speak to him last week, but we got our wires crossed. No problem there. As the Dwight Clark Legacy Series is returning for its 6th annual event on the 20th of May. Randy Cross, Harris Barton, Derek Deese, Bryant Young, amongst others. We'll talk to Randy Cross, not just about the legacy of Dwight Clark and what they do and why they're doing this. I'm sure we'll talk a little Niners as
I would think so.
Well, maybe just a little bit because we are in fact, your home of the Niners, by the way. And we'll have all those games next year. And hopefully, by the way, I called him the other day. I got to remind myself to text him. I was just trying to check in on our guy, Greg, see how he's doing. Hopefully with a very healthy Greg Papa next year. Knock on wood. 3 for Madness. Christopher Law, question 1.
Tonight's 2 game ones overlap each other. Is the NBA dropping the ball here?
They're getting a lot of crap here, and I'm all for piling on the NBA. I truly am, because they do a lot of dumb stuff. I don't know. I wanted to discuss it with you, Jason, because tonight you have the Sixers and Knicks. It's a quick turnaround for Philly.
Yeah.
Sixers, Knicks, and you know that I am whether it was Boston Knicks or Sixers Knicks, you knew this was going to be a fun series. There's going to be a lot of talk back and forth, probably some extracurriculars. That starts at 5 p.m. This is Pacific time on NBC and Peacock. And then NBC Sports Network / Peacock will pick up the Timberwolves and Spurs game 1, and that starts at 6:30. So you have an hour and a half delay between the two. There will be overlap, probably somewhere, barring overtime or depending on how the game goes, around an hour. If you were to watch the entirety of Sixers Knicks, my guess is you would be joining Spurs Timberwolves somewhere around or just before halftime. And the idea here is, okay, why would you possibly overlap the two? Now, my first volley there is, well, we're not the only team in town here when it comes to viewership. So, though those games start at 5 and 6:30, which is great for us, that's 8 and 9:30 on the East Coast. So I don't know I don't know if you started earlier, that's going to help the East Coast, but then are you going to get West Coasters? Like for example, let's say you started it at 4 and 6:30. You'd probably get some people here saying, hey, I'm still working. Like, I'm not even going to get home till the third or fourth quarter, but also those are East Coast teams. Odds are, I think they probably should have opted for that, but also at the same time, it's tough to play with those hours when you've got two coasts 3 hours apart.
That's it. I think it's and you do local time. Like you said, the Knicks will be, 8 o'clock? The Spurs, that'll be 8:30.
Yeah.
Their local time starting.
Yeah.
So let's, in a world, in a world, if the Kings game was here and they were starting it at 8:30, how many people are complaining about that here? That's a late start.
No, it is.
So I think the problem with the NBA specifically this year, is the West Coast let them down.
Mm-hmm.
You have one West Coast team, it's the Lakers, and they're not home until games 3 and 4.
Yeah.
So they don't really have a win. Denver didn't advance, Phoenix, Portland. There's no real, hey, it's easy to put a 4 or a 5 and an 8 if you had a West Coast team at home, but they don't have that. They don't have that situation.
Imagine being a Sixers or Spurs fan, for example, in Hawaii.
Right. Yeah.
You're looking at 2 and 3:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah. I think there's, no matter what, you probably have a overlap, but it seems like we're used to it's the end of this game. The other one, I missed the beginning. It's 10-8 when we joined it. This will be a little different, but it's all right. Watch the end of the first one. If it's great, then join the second one.
I guess the only other thing you would say would be okay, we'll have them on different nights, but you can't. Now you're going to have the playoffs go into July.
Yeah, so basically what we have is 2 games, and these are going to go every other day in this round. I mean, we had the first round spread out for 2+ weeks.
Cavs, Pistons, Lakers, Thunder tomorrow.
Yeah, and then it's just, these are all 4 just going to keep going like this.
And I think that's about as I'm going to, you know what? I'm officially siding with the NBA.
Okay.
I'm coming down on the side of Adam Silver and the National Basketball Association on this one. The accusation, not guilty. Mm-hmm. Not guilty, says the judge. Number 2, please.
Question 2.
The San Francisco Giants are terrible. Do they need to start thinking of the unthinkable and move Logan Webb?
By the way, tomorrow, just for factual, tomorrow the Cavs Pistons at 4 and the Lakers Thunder at 5:30. They don't have a choice.
They don't have. I don't know what else. I don't know what the better option is.
Anyway, Logan Webb.
Logie, our guy.
Haven't I asked about trading Logan Webb a lot?
Nope.
No? This is the first time?
Ever. You've never brought it up. We've never had this conversation. And if we have, I just block it out. But, the problem with baseball is that you can't make these crazy sweeping statements because the season lasts 7 years. So we're sitting here right now in early May.
This is at year 2?
Yeah, we're just entering the second year of the season. And the Giants are 13-21. They're terrible. They were walked off multiple times this weekend over this road trip where they went, 0-6, I think. They have depending on how you look at it, 3rd worst record in baseball. They're just a game out of having the worst record in baseball. They lost 8 of 10. It's not just that they're bad. It's that they're boring and they're uninspiring. And everything looks terrible right now. Rafael Devers looks like an absolute waste of money. Tony Vitello looks like he's in over his head. They called up Bryce Eldridge because they're trying to do something with this roster. But they're also in the same division as the Dodgers and the Padres, who are probably 2 of the top 4 best teams or top 5 best teams in baseball. Who, by the way, have not had a good week either. As a matter of fact, I think I saw something, the NL West before yesterday was on like a combined 13-game losing streak, something like that, somewhere in the teens. I love Logan Webb. He's a Sacramento guy, Rockland native, good dude. And the fact that he's playing, it's my favorite. You're like, Will Clark's my guy. Buster Posey went to Florida State. He was a Giants guy. And then now we have Logan Webb. Like, it's one of the three main guys I've held on to my whole life as a Giants fan for differentiating reasons. I put Logan in that category, that very high echelon of people I love that have played for my Giants. And I think they have to have these conversations for two reasons. Number one, as a Giants fan, you're wasting this. Like, he would get you a haul. He is a perennial Cy Young Award candidate. He probably would have at least one, if not two, Cy Youngs if he was playing for a different, more competitive team. And they need to worry about the future because this team sucks. But also, it's my love for Logan Webb. Like, if somebody were to get back to Logan Webb at some point and be like, Carmichael Dave said they should trade you. Well, yeah, with an asterisk. Because I want to see Logan Webb in the playoffs and playing in games that matter and being on the bump for a World Series game. And I want him to do that with my team, but it ain't happening, and he's not getting any younger, and he's still in his prime. So, yeah, man, they gotta look at some really tough decisions. And if I'm Buster Posey, I got my ears open. If somebody comes in with a Godfather offer for Logan Webb this year that they could use an old school arm that can give you 7-8 innings if you need, there's your guy, man.
Yeah, I think last year when they added Devers and they already had Adames and some of the things they had been doing to go with Logan Webb, they basically kind of went for it last year, and it didn't quite work. But it was like, well, that's not their only run at this. That's why this year was kind of exciting going in. Like, hey, with them all year long, with Webb, with some improvements, with the new manager, Arise coming on, like, will this be the right mix? And obviously it's shown that it's not. I think if I were the Giants, I would still go forward with Logan Webb, with that idea of Logan Webb. But if I was starting to doubt whether or not this is the right thing, which obviously the record suggests that it's not, I would look at those other players first, because I still think you could do some tweaking. I would rather have one of the best pitchers in baseball on my staff. I know I don't want to waste him. I wouldn't want to be interested in that. But the second you trade Logan Webb, you're looking for the next Logan Webb, and you had him.
Yeah.
And how far, it just feels like once you do that, you feel like you're admitting that you're far away, which they might be.
Yeah.
But I think I would tinker with some of the veterans, the Chapmans, the Adames, the Devers, if I'm really looking to tweak the team and go, let's start there before I take what we have that is probably the best thing of our team.
I don't think they should be a championship team this year, although baseball's so weird.
But better than this.
They have way too much talent and way too much, bless you, way too much, not only talent, but high-priced talent.
Yes.
To be – they are absolutely underachieving. And, look, man, who knows? But right now, that Tony Vitello hiring looks horrible. I mean, it really does. It looks terrible. And it's kind of like we were talking about with Mark Kotze last year. Like, it may not be at all his fault, but something ain't right with the Giants right now. They need to figure it out. Number 3, please.
Question 3.
The Kings will be sending Scott Perry to New York this weekend for the NBA Draft Lottery. Who outside the Kings organization would you send?
There's a number of ideas here. And the guy that I think would be really fun to send, even though when he's not a part of the organization, it's like, well, technically, he's the one guy that went when the Kings got their number 1 pick. Send old Greg Lukenbill out there, guy that brought the team here, or part of the group, but headed the group that brought the team here. I have no shortage of answers if you interviewed him. That's for sure. Greg is not afraid of speaking his mind. And I think it would also be kind of a nod to him and the organization's storied, if not great, but storied history. And that's certainly, them coming to Sacramento is a great story. I like the idea. I've always liked the idea of sending Sign Lady. I think that would be fun. But honestly, my number 1 pick, and again, when I say part of the organization, I'm talking about GMs, owners, owners' families, players, I'm sending Gary Gerald. How great would that be? In the year, what I hope is the year of the G-Man with him being honored, long overdue. I think sending Gary Gerald up there would just be like, there's no downside. It's all a feel good. And you give him at least the chance at experiencing something wonderful. And by the way, if they stayed the same or even dropped a couple in the lottery, well, that's just par for the course. No one's blaming him.
Right.
It's almost a win-win situation. But there's a long list of people you could send out.
I like that one. I like that one a lot. That'd be great to have the G-Men out there. I'm in for the bit, too. How about representing the Sacramento Kings? Slamson. And you just show like they're all these GMs or players or whatever, and then it just pans over and there's
and he has like the Wile E. Coyote signs saying how he's feeling.
And just, when they, how you feeling tonight, Slamson?
Yeah, just a
thumbs up and
Yeah. Do you send an interpreter? Like if we win the lottery, you bring somebody out from the dance team or one of the Kings reps. He gesticulates to them, and then they kind of just explain what he's saying. You could have a whole.
Yeah, they don't do it anymore. Where they used to literally have the jersey, and it would be like Ewing, and we're taking Ewing.
Yeah.
And Slams is hang on, and then just bits and has a different it's a different. It's like Slamson, his own jersey.
I'm all for that.
Yeah.
Chris,
I've answered this already.
Who did you say?
Me. I should go.
Tell us why, Chris.
Yes, Chris.
Specifically, not for the Sacramento Kings. Specifically,
for the Pacers.
For the Cavaliers.
If the Pacers lose their pick after tanking the entire season, just to hear me doing that awful bad coughing while I'm laughing
for too long.
Like you hear other people off the sides, sir, stop it.
So much so they pan over. Chris is sitting at a thing with a podium.
Like to where I get dragged out before the Kings pick gets announced.
Knocks over the podium.
So let's explore this because Chris has said this a few times. Jason, if we're watching that, is there a point where it goes from incredibly entertaining and funny to super uncomfortable?
Probably. If he's laughing that hard, yeah. But something we talk about on the show for years, for decades.
Honestly, I'm just throwing this out there. We are the radio partner and the flagship of the Sacramento Kings. Yeah. Maybe let that be a contest. I'm not saying we do caller 11.
We sending JR?
Maybe he's up there screaming turkey sausage at Mark.
Who would be more embarrassing for the city?
Who or who?
You were JR. I think JR because, and I know this is not the answer you probably expected. I think JR because I think at some point, you're still employed here and you're not going to go absolutely bananas. You'll just go plantains, but not all the way bananas. JR, I can see just, how JR starts feeling it a little bit. And, next thing you know, he says something inappropriate or, incredibly damaging. And we have to kind of, I could see him feeling it on the podium. And then,
I don't think he gets vetted through.
Oh, I 100% agree. How close
Chris Verlade representing the Kings, and the Kings get it's the number 8 pick.
What the What the
How close are we to having a robot or something? Someone's going to do that. Someone's going to send
your chat GPT friend?
Yeah.
That's an interesting pick.
Yeah. Ask them if they'd like to go.
I'm here to help if you ever want to dig deeper. But if that satisfies your curiosity for now, that's totally fine too.
Whoa.
Is there anything else you're curious about in Kings history? Or was that the main thing you wanted to know?
Oh, because I was looking at draft prospects or draft lottery reps over the years. That could be out of context. Hey, lady, listen, would if asked by the organization, would you represent the Sacramento Kings at the NBA draft lottery on Sunday?
I'd be honored to stand up there, if only for moral support. But I think we both know they've got a long line of legends ready to step in. Still, I'll cheer from the sidelines.
No, but listen, like who?
Cheering? She's going to be cheering from the sidelines?
Name some of the legends that you just said they have on the sidelines that you'd put ahead of yourself to represent them.
Oh, well, if we're talking legends, how about Chris Webber or Vlade Divac? Maybe Mike Bibby or Peja Stojakovic.
Okay.
Those guys are definitely
Okay, non-players. Who else would you have represent the Kings?
On the non-player side, you've got some iconic figures too, like Jerry Reynolds, who's been part of the Kings fabric forever. And hey, if Vivek Ranadive, the owner, steps up, that's definitely a statement.
All right,
Plenty of
outside of the Kings organization, then who would you take? What about media members?
From the media side, someone like Carmichael Dave, who's been the voice of Kings fandom for ages, could be a fun choice.
Yeah.
Or maybe Kate Christensen, who brings both former player and broadcaster cred. They definitely know the team inside out.
I like the idea of Kate Christensen. Can you give me any background on her? Never mind. You just never know.
Yeah.
No worries. Whenever you do want to dive deeper, I'm here.
Yeah, okay. Hold on. I'm thinking here.
What is this, elementary school?
Give me your top 5 representatives that you think would be great for this city that have nothing to do with the Kings organization. Player, employee, media member, just outside of the Kings organization.
For the city spirit, I'd go with someone like the mayor, Darrell Steinberg, since he's all about Sacramento pride. Maybe a local icon like Tower Records founder Russ Solomon, if we could go with his...
He's no longer with us.
Keep going.
But keep going.
Of course, no worries. I'll keep it current. You could have chef and farm-to-fork champion Patrick Mulvaney, who's a big local figure. Or how about Greta Gerwig, who's from Sacramento and has become a film star and director. Even a community hero like a local teacher of the year could bring the right energy.
How about Cougs?
Oh, gotcha. 916-520-9990. What about Cougs? What about Ryan Coogler?
Absolutely. Ryan Coogler would be a fantastic choice.
Wait, isn't he a Warriors fan?
And he's made such an impact with films like Black Panther. Someone like him would make Sacramento fans proud on that stage.
How would you feel if Chris Verlaud represented the Sacramento Kings at the draft lottery?
Chris Verlaud is a well-known radio producer in Sacramento circles, so for the local fans, that'd probably be a fun nod. I imagine he'd get a laugh out of it, especially on air.
What would you lay the percentages out if Chris Verlaud represented the Kings in the lottery at him being so obnoxious that he actually got arrested for disturbing the peace? Give me percentages 0 to 100.
I'd say that's a solid 0% chance. Chris might have fun with it, but he knows how to keep it professional. No arrests necessary.
How about Hassan Minaj?
Yeah, what about Hassan Minaj?
His on-air flair is all part of the act. In real life, he's not crossing any lines. So it's still 0%.
No, I'm saying, what about him representing the team?
I think it'd be entertaining for fans. He's got that local connection and charisma. But joking aside, the NBA lottery is pretty formal, so he'd play it straight when it counts. All in good fun. No arrests.
Yeah. All right, last one from me. What about a representative from the Sactown Sports Morning Show YouTube chat?
Now that would be a wild card. I'm sure the YouTube chat has some passionate characters, but I'd keep them in the comments section. We'll leave the official representation to the pros.
All right. Which one do you think is more entertaining, the YouTube chat on the morning show or the texters on the morning show?
I've got to say, both bring their own brand of entertainment. The YouTube chat
You have to pick one. You have to pick one.
All right. If I have to pick one, I'll go with the YouTube chat. The real-time reactions, inside jokes, and roller coaster of opinions, they're tough to beat for pure entertainment.
All right. What's the weather going to be like this week? But do it in a gangster voice.
All right, see? This week we're looking at some warm days and cool nights, capiche? So you better keep that fedora ready for a sunny stroll. But maybe pack a coat for the evenings, or you'll be singing the blues.
She phoned it in on that last one.
I did, dude.
How often are you making her do that? Like ChatGPT is going, oh, God, not this again.
You want to know what's checked out? Hey, do you know Joe?
Joe who?
Joe Mama, sucker.
Ah, you got me. Classic move. I appreciate a good old Joe Mama joke. Well played.
I've actually programmed her she has to say that. Like when I ask her, and I do that every once in a while, just makes me, she has to say Joe who. Because it used to be like, do you mean Joe Montana or Joe Montana or Joe? She'd list all these Joes out.
Joe Montana was too.
I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. Montana. So I actually told her that from now on, if I ever ask you, do you know Joe, you have to respond with Joe who. And any Joe question, you have to, that's the great thing about AI, is you can program it to where it falls for all your dad jokes.
That's the great thing.
I think what we learned out of all that is she's fine with Christopher Laud going, and there's no chance of him being
0%.
arrested. I'm going to stick with Gary Gerald.
Okay, I like that pick.
We'll take a break. Gonzalez Law. You're going to talk about Gonzalez Law, and maybe if Chris might need them if he goes to the draft.
He might.
Yeah. He might. When we come back, Randy Cross, just an absolute legend for the San Francisco 49ers. By the way, celebrating their 80th year this year, as a matter of fact. We'll talk to him about the Dwight Clark Foundation and so much more coming up next.
The California Classic is coming home. The Kings will host the Brooklyn Nets, Milwaukee Bucks, and Golden State Warriors at the G1Z for a preseason showcase. To bring some extra fireworks to 4th of July weekend, head to Sactownsports.com for all the details.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Well, that's right. Let's tell you about Gonzalez Law. Jonathan Gonzalez and his wonderful team over there right here in downtown Sacramento are here to help. With their years of experience, just go to saclegaldefense.com, 916-304-9187. As you know, no case is too big or too small. They are here to help as a dedicated trial lawyer, undefeated record of results. You go back to 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, and so there's many reasons to choose Gonzalez Law Office. They are here to help, and whether you need that representation for an auto accident, maybe you need it for something work-related, a wrongful termination case, a sexual harassment case, you just never know when you might need that representation or you have those questions. That is why you call and contact Gonzalez Law and Jonathan Gonzalez. Also, looking to get something removed from your records called an expungement. He could take that off your record, get your life back in order, some of your rights back, and just keep things moving forward. So it's Gonzalez Law right in downtown Sacramento. Jonathan Gonzalez, SacLegalDefense.com, 916-304-9187.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Join us at Camping World's Red, White, and New Trade event, our biggest trade event of the year, May 14th through the 17th. Trade in your RV and get the highest value guaranteed. Then upgrade for less with new RVs starting as low as $94 a month. Plus, take 25% off select maintenance services. Save up to 40% on camp-ready must-haves. And enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Red, White, and New Trade event at your local Camping World, May 14th through the 17th. We'll see you there.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener, like maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV, but if you did, you'd have to listen to some guy parked next to it at a campsite plays acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law would invite himself every weekend.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
Live radio is live radio. We crossed, not swords, wires with Randy Cross last week. Chris is currently getting a voicemail, so we'll give it a couple minutes. Either way, whether he comes on or not, I'm going to plug the event because it's a good event. The Dwight Clark Legacy Series, 6th annual, May 20th, Hammer Theater in San Jose. Storytelling, camaraderie, and purpose. Call it Iron Sharpens Iron. Representing the offensive line, Niner greats Randy Cross, Harris Barton, Derek Deese. Across from them, the D-line anchored by legends Bryant Young, Brenson Buckner, and Dwayne Board. The event begins at 7 p.m. Proceeds benefit Reach Youth Scholarship in Dwight Clark's name and the Golden Heart Fund, which provides critical assistance to former Niners players as they navigate life after football. So there you go. But as always, we have other things we can talk about. In fact, since we're talking about the Niners, and it is kind of random, here's Kyle Shanahan on their draft strategy. I saw this over the weekend.
We think we can get him there. You can based off of perception, but man, based off of our evaluation and me knowing and a lot of people knowing how other people look at receivers, well, they'll have this guy ranked. Man, I think there's at least a 50% chance he's going before 40. Do we want to sit and find that out? And then you just got to evaluate what that is. If that does happen, where are we going to go and how does that look? And what was cool about having the pick the second day, we could discuss all that stuff for all Friday. And we could think and we could hear stuff. I mean, all the media guys call around the league and they talk to people who everyone promises they're not going to share any secrets, but people aren't that good at that. And so you start to get an idea like, no, this guy's name is very hot and people are all trying to get this dude. They're just trying to when can they get him? And there's a lot of times that stuff, like the media is always going to do what they do and they're right a ton of the time. And we listen to that a ton of the time. But there's always these guys that's like, all right, the media has set this guy as a second. Where can we go steal him? And then you got to decide whether you want to risk that or not. And the risk is, no, we're not going to wait and watch him go at 38 and us be pissed and then tell everyone we were arguing with, told you he was going before 40, told you he was going before 58. Now let's just take that dude at 33 and have everyone hate us, but get a few texts from people around the league being like, man, I can't believe you took that guy. I thought he was going to be there.
I love it.
So it just is what it is.
They've taken a lot of crap for their drafting, and I'm not here to stand in front of John Lynch because he's made some colossal mistakes. Trey Lance being, of course, one of them. But I would rather have, and when I say a front office, I mean like, John, Kyle, the whole crew. I'd rather you pick the guy that I think everything should be done on the aggregate. So Kyle, I thought that was Kyle Shanahan there, obviously. I thought he said something really cool in the sense that he acknowledged the media and how the media is often right, and also how they listen to the media. And I think there's a lot of NFL execs, coaches, et cetera, that play the game of, we don't listen to that noise. They BS you don't. I appreciate that he's up front. Now, should a front office in any way, shape, or form listen to fans of the media? The answer is both, yes and no. I think you look at everything on the aggregate. So when you look at the media, you've got to separate the wheat from the chaff there, in the sense that you're going to get doofuses like me that watched a couple college games and go, this guy's going to be awesome. And then you have guys like, Chris, the guy we used to always have on.
Landry?
Chris Landry. Other guys like I'm talking about NFL college football lifers that you can look at their record, you look at these mock drafts, and then I would aggregate the mock drafts to see not just what they're saying, but also what other GMs are seeing as well. So you kind of get a feel, and you add that into your contacts and different people and all that. Then you have, obviously, what weighs the most, which is what you've seen. And we've already talked about how many times GMs miss, whether it's in the NFL, NBA, etc. And it's not a perfect science. You're not going to always get it right. But I'd rather you pick the guy that you like and that your team is
Absolutely.
has researched and seen in person and sat down and interviewed you, me, and any fan. We're in no way, we'll get it right a lot, but we haven't sat down face to face with these people. We haven't been at 5 of their college football games and talked to their coaches and agents and family members. So we're only dealing with probably half of the pie that these front offices are. I'd rather you again, if Vlade Divac had drafted Nikola Jokic, we'd be in a much better spot. But had he taken him with a lottery pick, he'd already been fired and then vindicated. I know I'm being extreme here, but pick the guy you think's going to be good.
Yeah, and if draft boards, you're at the mercy of what some people that do mock drafts, and I know a lot of them though talk to experts and agents and other people, the GMs that are going to be actually doing the picking. But I kind of like it when teams do their own thing. Now they have to pay the price for that. If they get it wrong, they're certainly going to hear it. If they get it right, they don't seem to get as much credit as when they reach and get it wrong. But yeah, you got to believe in your own structure, what your eyes are telling you, what your scouts are telling you, and however you're building your own team. You need to worry about that other stuff. It's going to be out there. People are going to talk about you, but just do it with conviction.
I was looking at the 2017 NBA draft just randomly. And it's so funny when you look at the fact that the 42nd and 43rd picks in that draft, which, by the way, both came after, as a matter of fact, 8 picks after the Kings drafted Frank Mason III.
Okay.
Thomas Bryant and Isaiah Hartenstein.
Okay.
Especially Hartenstein, just good, solid players. Josh Hart was picked with the final pick in the first round. I was trying to think, how would you redraft? That's a really, really interesting year to redraft because, many reasons. The number 1 pick was Markelle Fultz. Is he a first rounder in a redraft?
It doesn't feel like it, but I'd have to see all 30.
I don't think he is. I don't know that Lonzo Ball is. He might be, but it would be incredibly late.
30 better?
I mean, injury-wise. If you knew now, in other words.
Right.
Josh Jackson's not a first-round pick. That's 3 of the top 4 picks. Jonathan Isaac went 6, right between De'Aaron Fox and Lauri Markkanen. Frank Kitolina. Dennis Smith at number 9. That is 1, 2. I'm going to count Isaac as a miss at 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 6 out of your top 9. That would be quite. Isaac could go in the first round, but 5 of those 9 are either not going in the first round or are questionable. Here's who came after it, amongst others: Zach Collins, Malik Monk, Luke Kennard, Donovan Mitchell, and Bam Adebayo go 13 and 14. John Collins goes 19th. Jared Allen goes 22nd. OG Anunoby goes 23rd. Kuzma goes 27. Derek White goes 29. Josh Hart goes 30. And then, of course, you have Hartenstein and what's his face after that?
Well, it's interesting about that because the Kings hit with Fox, but they had 10. They traded that for 2 players, and you mentioned a bunch of them, and players. None of them were the 2 they picked.
No, so, Jackson and Giles.
Like that draft, imagine if they did Fox and Mitchell, Fox and Bam, Fox and Monk, even
Fox and Anunoby, Fox and Hartenstein, Fox and Josh Hart. How about that backcourt?
Yeah.
And look, I don't know where the Kings are picking, and I don't know who they're going to pick with that pick. And I'm not in the habit of trying to either scare people off or apologize in advance for whatever happens, but just as we get to the lottery and as we have these reactions, right, including me, I'm saying this as much for me. This isn't me standing on a hill tisking other fans. This is me like I'm one of you, and I got to keep telling myself this. If we luck out, we get the number 1 pick. Hey man, that might be the next KD, LeBron, whoever. It also might be the next Olowokandi, Bennett, or whoever.
Sure.
Okay. If we fall down to 10, okay. Well, what if that's Donovan Mitchell? What if that's Bam Adebayo? What if that's OG Anunoby? What if that's Nikola Jokic? It's not I don't like the idea that the draft is a crapshoot because it's not. It's like a incredibly educated crapshoot with some crosswind. Like you're going to get close to the target. But you're not always going to land, and then there's going to be some. There will be an all-star picked at least. I would say over under 2.5 all-stars that are picked after where the Kings picked this year. I don't know who. I don't know where. That's why it's not exact science. So when people say I know, or when they get the number one pick, oh, here we go. I'm going to get excited like everybody else, and I will go over the top, man. AJ DeBonta, fit us for the rings now. Let's go. Absolutely no guarantee.
Yeah, but then it gets into the nuance of, okay, let's just say that parameter. There's all-stars picked after the Kings.
Yeah.
You have been open and said about John Morant, Trae Young. All-stars?
Yeah, yes.
They're all-stars.
Yes.
But that's the kind of player you wouldn't love.
Right.
But the argument is hey, there's all-stars after. Why were those guys later? Well, they can't do I feel like so many times it's what they can't do. What are they great at? Why are they in the draft? What got them here? Well, that's the best shooter in the draft. All right, if that's what you need, that's what you want, take them. Well, they can't defend. All right, well, make them better defenders. Or they're a little short or whatever.
Yeah.
There's always a flaw with every player or flaws, and their highlights of what they do well can still make them an all-star. Even if there's a flaw there, you're like, yeah, they're not the best defender out there.
It's part of my adjustment to what I look for now in an NBA player for this team. So if I was to give you, who would you rather have from their rookie year, Jason? John Morant or Trae Young? Just
probably Ja.
Okay,
I guess.
Okay,
I don't know.
Okay. Would you, if you had a choice, knowing what you know now, would you rather have John Morant or Jared Allen?
Right now?
Yeah, you go back. You know what you know now, but you're going back to their rookie year. Everything else is the same.
John Morant.
And I would take Jared Allen.
Okay.
I would take Jared Allen. I would take Derek White.
Okay.
And that's really, for me, kind of an evolution of
Which is interesting to hear you say that, because then what's the importance of wanting to be in the lottery so badly and the highest possible pick? Those guys are not that.
No,
They're
those guys are not that. Yeah.
Team important players.
Because what I'm hoping is that
you have a dude that goes with those guys.
Yeah. Or you get one of those guys that's two-way that absolutely can make it happen. But it's just, if you can't play defense, you better be a Steph Curry. You better be a Shai Gilgeous. You better be some Luka, Jokic. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll do a weekend whip around. We had the Kentucky Derby, of course. We also had a sporting event. If you know, you know, but if not, just guess. Don't look it up. There was a sporting event over the weekend. A major sport, by the way. It's a hint there, a major sport that drew 102,000 people. And what is one of the great sports modern-day success stories. We'll talk about it next.
As the offseason rolls on, the 49ers and Brandon Ayuk remain in a stalemate. Will San Francisco find a trade partner willing to take on his hefty contract? Or will John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan be forced to cut their losses and move on? Read the latest buzz from Santa Clara and around the league at SactownSports.com. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action, but please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Contractors, remodelers, you now have a great supplier to assist you with your next project. Anova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento. They are Northern California's best kitchen and bathroom remodeling supply store. Anova has the latest cabinet styles, a great selection of countertops, flooring, bathroom fixtures, and more. Visit their website, InovaCabinetStone.com. Take advantage of their grand opening special, a $750 in-store credit. Stop by today, Anova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento.
He's a D-dude. Thank you, Jason. How'd it do? Are we restarting? We're restarting. That was a computer restarting. So just imagine the sound of the Kentucky Derby playing. That was fun. First female trainer to win the Derby. Nice comeback.
Yeah. And the third horse was like a 75-1 or something.
Yeah. What did I see? Like, what? Oh, is that the
ladies? Yeah. Close to her name.
Gotcha. So that's neat.
Yeah. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Savannah Bananas.
Yes.
Savannah Banana. 102,000 people.
Were they at Texas A&M football stadium?
Yeah.
I saw that it was on. I was watching some of that.
And by the way, they lost.
They did.
That's kind of funny. It's not like a Washington Generals thing. You know?
It's fun.
Yeah.
What is it? 102,000?
It's so funny when you think about the fact that baseball, like you look around baseball and you've got these empty cathedrals.
Yeah.
Right? Not all, I'm not trying to do baseball's dying, but we've seen it.
Yeah.
We've seen these empty stadiums. And then you've got the Savannah Bananas getting 102,000 people. And it's almost to the point where, like, I forget the guy's name who does it.
Oh, yeah.
There's like a guy.
Yeah. Mr. Banana.
Yeah. Sir Banana.
Billy Banana.
Like, at what point do we start, if we haven't already? Because sometimes when things are in the middle of it, you don't really do the thing. Time helps. But, like, at what point do we go, okay, so Bill Veck, P.T. Barnum, Dana White, this guy.
Yeah.
Like, as these, I'm not talking about, like, you know, who you want to go out to dinner with. I'm saying some of the greatest ever promoters, most successful.
Jesse and Emily Cole. They're the two that are responsible.
That is crazy. It really is.
And, I mean, they've got their bits. They do different things. But 102,000 in a football stadium. I mean, that's where they had to play it. And they're selling out everywhere.
How the hell do you get 102,000 people to anything but a college football game?
Right.
Or maybe the Super Bowl, or maybe, I don't know, a Taylor Swift concert? I mean, like, how many things outside, like, I understand soccer is crazy internationally, so let's put that aside. But, like, How many things you get 100,000 people there?
And that's the other part. I don't know the answer to this, and maybe there's a way to find, like, are tickets reasonable? They must be.
They must be. I think they are. And I also believe, I remember reading an article once about the Bananas that, like, they do their own ticketing to, like, they have, like, by the way, this username password thing's incorrect, Chris. Or I've done it 3 times. Of the password? Okay.
So you did a deep dive on the ticket prices?
Yeah,
what did you find?
and they I don't know. I think they don't go through Ticketmaster, and like they keep them like this. They have very specific like scalping deterrents, and the whole idea. Yeah, that didn't work either, Chris. The whole idea is to keep them reasonable for a family.
Well, if those are reasonable, when you sell 102,000, you did great.
You did wonderful. Yeah. And whatever they're doing, and it's like you picked baseball, and you like all these crazy rules and like dudes catching balls doing backflips, and then it also kind of makes
the umpires.
Yes,
there was a play yesterday that I saw that. I mean, it was a replay from Saturday, but there's this great double play, and it's really close at first, and like they have that typical shot where you see the first baseman stretching to catch it, the runner crossing, and the umpire. Then the umpire just comes running into the screen, does this forward flip, and when he lands, punches him out, and you're like, well, that's entertaining.
It's fun.
Yeah.
They pick football or hockey. I mean, can there be a Savannah Banana hockey? Yeah, not Savannah Bananas, but could you apply this to other sports? Could this happen in football? Meanwhile, you got the whatever the hell that slap league is out there.
Yeah.
That came across my timeline. Yeah, I have not only have I not. It was I watched it because it was like craziest slaps. And I got through about 30 seconds of it. And if there isn't a more idiocracy-based thing we have on earth for our entertainment than the slap league, which it's just the dumbest of the dumb things. MMA guy here, how you doing? It is the dumbest, stupidest, non-sportingest. Right. There's no strategy. There's no defense. It's just who can leak the other's brain fluid the most. And I saw some of these people.
Fun.
It just was not great, dude.
Well, and what's interesting about like the Savannah Bananas and their template is it's a lot closer to like the Harlem Globetrotters than any other upstart league that has, hey, we need to get most of our thirst for this stuff is names.
Yes.
Either tradition or names. Oh, they got the best college football player to play in this new football league. Hey, maybe I'm now going to watch that. Or they got this best whatever sport and they're in this league. That makes it a little more appealing. A great fight with a great name behind it. You're like, I'm interested. Where this is about the Bananas themselves. Like, I don't know who's on the team. I don't know, a player.
No idea.
They don't have to have
There's a
Shohei or Judge. Yeah.
I know that.
It's more about the product that they're putting out there that's drawing everybody's attention. And that's a lot of credit to them. I know the Globetrotters over the years had different people that became famous and some that went famously into them, but it was about the product they were putting out there on a week-to-week basis. And that's what the Bananas are doing, which is crazy.
Chris, yeah. No, I keep trying. It's not working. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get into our computer here for a number of reasons. A, so I can play you clips. B, visit with the chat and the whatever. And C, run a show. Hey, if any of the bosses are listening right now, this is what I'm talking. This is exactly what I'm talking about, and this is not new. This is not new, and I'm honestly about to lose my mind. This is not new. It's every other Monday. Computer's not working. I can't play clips. I can't enter that. I'm entering 7 different passwords right now. I'm now being 100% unprofessional and stopping down the show because, part of doing the show and the things that we prepare for are, I don't know, they need a computer and we don't have one again. And I'm throwing a freaking tantrum right now because I don't know. I'd like to do the show and, spend all weekend saving things up to play here, whether on Twitter or wherever, to gather these clips. That's what I'm talking about. Anyways, Savannah Bananas. It's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to see if it can apply itself to other sports at some point. Because whatever he's doing, and by the way, does baseball buy it? At some point, do they buy it? At some point, does it become a feeder? You mentioned Harlem Globetrotters earlier. At some point, much like the NBA did with the Harlem Globetrotters, does it become not a feeder league, but do you have I don't know, Ichiro rolls in a year after he retires, and he plays a couple of, look, if there are these people that are basically like baseball stuntmen that can do stuff, but as you and I both know, like the NBA has quite a few people that would be really awesome on the Globetrotters.
Yeah.
Like Kyrie Irving on the Globetrotters would be ridiculous. Baseball's got to have the same type of people.
I wonder. I saw a Savannah Banana game last year, I remember, on TV, and they were playing at Fenway. And at some point during the game, they're like, "Oh, substitution!" They're making a big fanfare about it. And someone came in for the Bananas, and it was a former Red Sox player. Not that far removed, but it wasn't Poppy. It wasn't. There
was somebody for the Astros that did the same thing.
So I think, if they played in San Francisco, you could do the same thing. We're all saying Barry Bonds, but let's just say it's
Will Clark.
Yeah, but it would be more of the not even Hunter Pence, but
Hunter Pence is a
Joe Panic, let's say.
Sure,
so it's people here would know who he is.
Yeah,
maybe nationally.
Maybe Brian Wilson comes in.
Yeah,
totally.
But that's the kind of thing they've been doing too, which is good. It's hey, it gets some local flair in a sense.
Yeah,
a player that would mean something to the region, but it's really still the main guys. I don't know if they'll become that kind of. I don't know how baseball is looking at it, because they'll have to look at their games. We could have probably added it up on Saturday night and said Savannah Bananas had 102,000. I bet between all the home games they got more than that. But how many of them were? How many would it take to get you 7 games to go? Yeah, this equals 102,000 in attendance. I don't know.
And by the way, A&M is what? Is that College Station?
Mm-hmm.
But that's near. It's got to be near. It's not like. Is it? It's got to be near one of the bigger. I'm trying to think. Remember last week we were talking about and there's been a lot of talk over the weekend about our conversation about could Sacramento, put 25,000 81 times a year or whatever. Well, I obviously it's there. And I don't have enough. I'm talking about the audience. If you build it, they will come. But you got to build it properly. What I think is really interesting. Okay, so College Station is almost exactly halfway. Like you have Austin on the west, Houston on the right, a little southeast. But the College Station's almost directly in the middle, between Austin and Houston. It's south of Dallas. I'm just doing my Texas geography here. Okay, so it's 2 hours and 46 minutes from Dallas. That's not exactly a hop and a skip. It's hour and a half from Houston. It's probably about an hour, I'm guessing, a little over that from Austin. No, it's 2 hours from Austin. So I take that back. You're 2 hours away from everything. It's not like – I'm not saying there aren't people at College Station.
Right.
So what I think would be an interesting deep dive, and I'd be curious to see what Chris would pull out of this, but are the Savannah Bananas, when you cut through everything, and obviously they have a fun product, don't get me wrong, but are the Savannah Bananas maybe the closest example going right now in American sports of if you provide an entertaining product and you price it at a level that people can afford from all shapes and sizes, yeah, maybe they're not bringing in the $300, $200, $100 a ticket, but kind of what you said earlier, $102,000. Let's say their average ticket price is $20. That's nice. That's a couple milli, and we haven't even gotten to concessions and parking and everything else and merchandise and everything else associated with that. We'll take a break. When we come back, halfway through the program, hour number 2, let's get to some postmortems We got a lot to choose from, and a couple that we're behind on, which is my fault. A lot of postmortems in the NBA, Jason. Second half of the program in just 1 minute.
I'm speaking for a lot of people.
A voice for the voiceless.
I stand up for the cats, man. Cats, ciders, normal bikes, all of it.
A man of the people.
There's just a lot of haterade, and I won't allow it.
He's not the hero that cat lovers and cider drinkers deserve, but the hero they need.
You like the underdogs on the court? I'm the underdog off the court.
He's Alan Stiles, and he's a drive guy.
I'm standing on business for everybody.
Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Card collectors know there's nothing as special as a rare one-of-one card. And now you can hear a very rare one-of-a-kind sports card show right here on Sactown Sports. Whitey Gleason here inviting you to join me and Mr. True Sports Cards himself, Imran Pilati, for the True Sports Card Show every Saturday morning at 10 on Sactown Sports. It's the only sports card radio show in the nation. For all your hobby needs, get to True Sports Cards, 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland. And for hobby, insight, and fun, join us for the True Sports Card Show Saturday mornings at 10 on Sactown Sports.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kent Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kent Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom!
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't! Yes, he did!
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Smooth. Just smooth as silk, baby. The number 2. Arbitron rated. Did I say Arbitron? Is that? No, it's Nielsen. Arbitron has been around for a long time, haven't they? Remember Arbitron? Video game?
Arbitron.
Wait, did you just do the Friday the 13th sound?
I don't know what I
feel
did.
like it would.
I did a bunch of things in there, I think.
We are the number 2 Nielsen rated sports show in the entire city. And part of that is we run a tight ship here. Unlike these loser NBA teams. Losers, bunch of losers. We just run down the Rockets. Big news with them is no Fred VanVleet.
Yes.
That was the theme of the year, no Fred VanVleet. And so the question has been, okay, like, are they overachieving? Is this like it's not a Jason Tatum situation, but is it a cousin of the Jason Tatum situation where you lose your quarterback, and it's not like Fred VanVleet's just Fred VanVleet sounds like a name I would make up as a throwaway. He's not just some normal Joe. Fred VanVleet is yes, he's an incredibly talented NBA player. And on top of that, that's not a position you want to lose. Like, that is the quarterback of your team, and you just lost him, and now all of a sudden you got to have somebody else running the show. My argument against that is that I'm a big Reed Shepherd guy. Mm-hmm. I like Reed Shepherd a lot, and he's not totally there yet. But I think Reed Sheppard's going to be a star in this league. And he was a guy that, not this last year, but the year before, when he was completely out of favor and just had a rough rookie year. There was a point where it looked like he might be on the way out. You're talking about a top 5, number 3 pick, I think, in the draft. 13.5 points, 3 boards, 3.5 assists. It's nothing that's going to absolutely blind you, and he's played 52 games both years he's been here. But he jumped last year from 4.5 to 13.5. Of course, his minutes more than doubled, 12 to 26. He also doesn't turn 22 until late next month. I think they're going to be fine. And honestly, they're going to get Fred VanVleet back. I wouldn't be surprised if Fred VanVleet, I wouldn't bet on this, but if you told me that VanVleet was coming off the bench next year, or they were playing him together, I think Reed Sheppard's the future on that team.
Yeah, well, not only was Fred VanVleet out for the season, so from the jump they didn't have him.
Yeah.
I think when they got to the end, obviously they didn't have Steven Adams either.
Yeah.
And in that series, no Durant. Durant missed 4 games, 4 or 5 of the 6. So I think they believe being healthy and running it back probably makes the most sense. Maybe a tweak on the edges here, because I think if they're right with Şengün, Durant, Amen Thompson, still having Adams in there,
Jabari Smith Jr.,
VanVleet, Sheppard. Like, there's a lot there.
There is.
Some of those other guys, Tari East. I mean, they've got other players that can help you. So I would imagine they'd have kind of that core group and a little tweaking on the edges and say, hey, we're going to hope for health and see if that's enough.
I'll be honest with you. I couldn't agree with you more. This is one of those teams like
you just have to try again.
I would when I say I wouldn't touch it,
right?
Just like what you said, I'd tweak it, but you're not getting better than Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
You got guys in Smith, Şengün, Thompson, and Reed Sheppard that are a great young core. You mentioned VanVleet obviously coming back, but you've even got guys like Dorian Finney-Smith, Josh Okogie. You even have, for like your third backup big man, you have a Clint Capella that can come in and play 10 minutes and guard the rim. Like,
I can remember going back to game 1. So they were the first game, and they were playing the Thunder, and the Thunder were getting their rings, and it was a big night for them. But the talk was, while VanVleet was out, they were going to start Şengün and Adams, Durant, Jabari Smith, and Amen Thompson. It was like 6'8" and above, and it was like, whoa, is this going to be the new NBA? Now, they had to do that at the beginning. They lose Adams, and then ultimately they kind of went to Sheppard and tweaked it a bit. But, I mean, they've got some versatility. They're big.
Yeah.
Got to stay healthy. But the question is, can Durant, like, he's been getting hurt a lot.
Yes, he has. And this one's just, a bone bruise, which, look, I know people are like, oh, his bone is bruised. No, those things are hardcore.
Yeah.
And I don't imagine that
Kevin... Hey, who's saying that?
What?
Who's doing that?
People hear bone bruise and they just think like, oh, he can't play with a bruise. And that's stupid, because look up what actual, like, the meaning of bone bruise. Like, it's no joke, dude.
A bruise on the bone.
That being said, you mentioned Durant. Here, the worry with Kevin Durant is that he did play 78 games.
Yeah, he played a ton of regular season games.
I would bet a good amount of money. By the way, he's been on a pretty good run after being on a horrible run. He's played 75, 62, and 78 games over his last 3 years. Yeah. But everyone always focuses on LeBron James. He'll be 38 at the start of the season next year. That being said, unless it does end up being a degenerative thing, I could see Durant playing solidly into his 40s. I mean, I don't want to say he doesn't rely on his athleticism, because obviously he's a world-class athlete, but he's always been like Mr. Smoothie Pants, 7-foot guy who can easily drain a jumper in your face. He's not like that. Like, if Kyrie loses a step, good luck. Like, if LeBron lost a couple of steps, it's so much having to do with power and speed with him. And Durant just he's like that George Gervin but better type that just is like oil on the court. That all of that though. I think you've got a good coach in Ime Udoka. And this is a team that, honestly, we underrate this, Jason, in sports, but especially in the NBA, continuity is such a big deal. Yeah. It's such a big deal. I go right back. It sounds like Amen Thompson's about to sign a super huge deal. They're going to have a lot of money tied up. Tillman Fertitta is spending money there. I would just go back. Like you just said, I would run it back next year. And honestly, for me, like Houston is in that, like, you've got your Oklahoma City, San Antonio tier. And if you want to add somebody from the Eastern Conference, add a Boston or whatever, right? But I feel like OKC and San Antonio are at the top of the pops, right? I would put Houston right in that second category. Yeah. I really would.
I wonder if there's anybody on their roster from that core group that they go, maybe we'll move this one player, one piece.
I think it should be Amen Thompson to the Kings. Let me ask you this. What if they offered Amen Thompson? I know it wouldn't work salary-wise. What if they offered Amen Thompson for the draft pick?
I really think about it. I mean, that's a known quantity that's still young, that is a two-way player. I'd probably say yes.
I mean, dude,
I think I'd do it.
If we got an Amen Thompson in this year's draft, the only thing that would suck is that you're not getting those 5 cheap years.
Right.
That's the problem.
Right.
The Celtics. What the hell do you do with the Celtics, man? Are they in the same spot that the Rockets are?
Well, in one sense, everybody keeps calling this the gap year, and I don't know if the reference being gap year, like, hey, we're going to get a bunch of players next summer, or it's like, hey, we didn't really have Jason Tatum for the bulk of the year.
Yeah.
Which maybe yes and yes, but the other part is now this is always after the fact. Boston loses Game 7. It was known pretty early on that Tatum was going to be questionable. Then he was out. And then I saw the people list all the minutes he was playing when he came back and starting to put some blame on that. I'm like, well, is he going to be good to go or not good to go? And I don't know if are we quantifying this on the wear and tear of the minutes or, if he played 4 less minutes a game, would he have played in Game 7? I don't know how we know that. So I'm going to assume that he would have been out regardless. But I still feel like they need more. Like, even when they were playing well, like, Tatum and Pritchard and Brown and just a lot of, like, the role and White, they're all really good.
Yeah.
But, like, before they did have Horford and Holiday and Porzingis, and it just felt like there was more to that team.
I think losing Holiday hurt them a lot more than.
And then this year it was, okay, they added Simons, and boom, flip Simons for Vucevic, who they didn't really play.
No, and it's important to note, by the way, surprisingly, especially when you look at the Kings at number 8 this year in payroll, the Celtics were only number 15.
Yeah.
And they had $190 million in salary this year. That drops to $173 next year because if you want to say something about Vucevic, that's $21.5 million expiring. Everybody else they got some team options with Nimi Keita and a few others, but you're talking about 6 guys on team options next year that total about $14 million between all of them. They're all $2 million players. So really, it's Vucevic's $21 million. I'm not going to get into what their specific cap number is and aprons and all that, but you would think the Celtics are set up over the offseason, not only have a healthy Jason Tatum and the rest of that crew, but as you just said, it feels like they need like one piece. And obviously that piece that will go perfectly is Giannis Antetokounmpo. But
yeah.
I don't know how they pull it.
I don't know either.
You imagine Giannis. Nobody ever talks about that. Can you imagine if they figured out how to get Giannis? You're going with White, Tatum, Brown, Giannis.
Yeah.
Who even cares?
It just feels like you have to get rid of one of those 2 big ones to get
Tatum or Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't know that they have not only they don't have the draft capital, but even if they did, they don't have the draft positioning.
Yeah.
Those picks aren't going to be great.
I know there's talk to it's gap year, and hey, everything they did was kind of a bonus, but they were up 3-1.
Yeah.
On a Philly team that was ready to be taken out, and they left them alive. Lost 2 games, Game 5 and 7 at home.
Yeah.
It's a bad loss for them.
They lost 5 and 7 at home, and they won Game 6. And I don't want to take any credit away from them because they're half the battle, but on one of the all-time cold spells we've ever seen in the playoffs with Orlando. I mean, that was – they make a basket for like an hour.
Right.
It was absolutely insane. Talk about, going cold. They went ice cold.
Right.
But with this, I think the Celtics and Rockets are 2 of those teams. It was like, all right, just But to your point, I think the Celtics need something coming in. Orlando. This is interesting. Well, you know what? Let's leave Orlando. Let's go Toronto first because Orlando is much more interesting today than they were yesterday.
Yes.
Toronto's very interesting because I don't know. I don't know that they strike me as kind of a treadmill team. But then I look at their payroll. They're number 10 in payroll. Not that means anything, but they're obviously spending money. I thought maybe the karma was on their side when that Barrett jumper dropped.
Oh my goodness!
What is it with that? It's the same side of. It's the same side as the Kawhi Leonard shot against the Sixers. What is with these? Like, you could argue two of the two craziest bounces we've ever seen in the playoffs happened at that arena on that rim, and it makes you wonder.
It does make you wonder, and the other part that makes you wonder is back to injuries. We talked about Durant being out. We talked about Tatum missing Game 7. Brandon Ingram's an important player, and he was out the last couple of games too.
Yeah.
So they've got the makings of a pretty good roster. They were talking to Sacramento about Sabonis. I mean, could they circle back to the trade market, whether it's Sabonis or others? I feel like they've got some pieces that would intrigue people. Quickly wasn't playing near the end either. So, again, good team. I just don't know if they're in that top part of the East quite there yet.
I think it's interesting when you talk about Sabonis, because I do think Sabonis makes them demonstrably better and fills a lot of those gaps that they do have. I actually think you could make an argument that the Raptors are a better team around Sabonis than the Kings are. Even the Beam team here, they've got guys that fill some of those gaps in Sabonis's game. So I do imagine they're going to revisit that. Now, whether they're going to revisit that, and because Kings want no part of Jakob Poeltl's contract. Right. And I think that was part of the. I want to go back to Brandon Ingram for a second. I don't disagree with you that he's an important piece because of his position in their offense. Brandon Ingram's another example of a type of player that I have incredibly soured on, though. Like, Brandon Ingram has no value to me.
Okay.
None. He has no value to me. Honestly, Brandon Ingram to me is a slightly cheaper, slightly worse version of Zach LaVine.
Okay.
And what's interesting about that, I'm not just being hyperbolic. I'm looking at their career numbers right now from the metrics on down the line. Not only, what is Brandon Ingram most known for? Points, and LaVine's got him by over a point a game, but is also more efficient in every other category. Literally points or field goals, free throw, 3-pointers, value over replacement, box plus minus, blah, 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 blah. You go down the line, and Zach LaVine is, if you looked at just their numbers, if I was to show this to you, you look at just their numbers, Zach LaVine's pretty dominant. And that's, by the way, there's no disrespect to Zach LaVine. I'm just saying that to me is who Brandon Ingram is. Yeah. And New Orleans got off of him, and I think they want to get, he seems like the guy that's going to move on here. But is he? Because he's $40 million next year and a player option of $42 the following year. Who the hell's taking Brandon Ingram? Better not be us, but who the hell's taking Brandon Ingram?
Yeah. And maybe he doesn't have to go for them.
I don't know that
with Barnes and him and Barrett and I think that's a team that's going to trade.
I agree with you.
They're going to do something to shake it up because I think they're going to look at whether it was a gap year or not for Boston. Detroit's getting better. The Knicks have all that talent. How do the Raptors jump up another tier to get into that top 3 or 4, in the top 3, let's say, in the East?
Well, and the problem is that if you're looking at working with the Kings, and obviously there's the whole find a third team thing, which we have to account for. We're not, Barnes ain't coming over here for Sabonis, so there's that. I don't imagine they'd move off quickly, nor would they necessarily do that. The problem with Poeltl, man, that's a contract, dude. It's not even that it's that much. He makes $20 million next year. But then he makes $27 million the year after that and $29 million the year after that. Like, you got 3 more years of Jakob Poeltl after that. The most likely is R.J. Barrett. And R.J. Barrett makes $30 million next year, and it's an expiring contract. I just don't know how you make up the you'd have to make up the other money.
What's Quickly at?
Quickly is at $32.5 million next year, $32.5 and $32.5 over the next 3 years.
Yikes.
So they're not doing Barnes. I don't think Quickly makes any sense either way, even if they were going to do him, which they're not. Kings don't want any part of Poeltl. So you're looking at, $30 million with RJ. I do think the Kings would do RJ Barrett. For example, if Toronto had the room, and I don't know that they don't either. I need to look closer at that, but I don't think they do. But if Toronto had the room or could somehow find a third team to absorb, I think the Kings would do RJ Barrett and probably some form of minor draft compensation. Mm-hmm. That's the feeling I get, is that they would. Scott Perry seems to like it. RJ Barrett. I think fits the mold of the type of player he likes, and Barrett being a 6'6" kind of rangy sort of dude, I could see that also. And
it would line up for everything at 2027, right? Or 27-28 season.
Yes.
He would come off the books next year.
Yeah, and that's the whole other thing. Also, the other thing that's important to remember, and I'm telling you, not that he's necessarily biased by these things, because otherwise a lot of decisions would have been made differently. But I do think it's important to remember, like, you kind of got to go through history with Scott Perry too. It's very important because he, we've been talking about, like, the degrees of separation for Scott Perry in this league are very, very few and far between for most of the players and coaches. He drafted RJ Barrett with the Knicks back in 2019, I think. I think that's at least important to keep an eye on there. So, yeah, when you talk about Kings trade partners, Toronto certainly would be at or near the top of the list, but they're going to have to figure some stuff out. Orlando, when you wrote this yesterday, Orlando was one type of postmortem. And then earlier today, we found out that Jamal Mosley had been let go by the Magic.
So they're already going to be different. They're going to have a coaching change. We don't know what coach they're going to go for, but they will be run by someone else and back to health again. Man, that's the theme of the playoffs. Here's Franz Wagner that's been out at the end of the postseason. They kind of went for it with getting Bane last year.
Yeah.
Ben Caro's kind of is their franchise guy, Wagner. But what else? Suggs. I mean, just like what are the other things they could do to? But the coach will be different. That'll be something we know for sure.
I think with Orlando, they deserve to have another year of some continuity.
Just a different coach.
Well, that I don't know that I would have done that.
I was surprised.
I don't agree with the move. And again, we don't always know. Like with Michael Malone in Denver, with Jamal Mosley in Orlando, and other things. I mean, hell, who was it? Dwayne Casey, the year after he won Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen a couple of these things. You don't know what's going on. Sometimes it's just a pissy owner. Sometimes there's something between the GM and the coach, and sometimes there's something, but the players just, having their exit interviews, and they're all like, yeah, dude, I've tuned this guy out. Like, we're kind of playing for it. It's actually surprising we did. I'm not saying that happened. I'm saying these are examples when it doesn't make sense on the surface. What if, all the team stars got together and were like, we can't, this guy's not working.
Right.
It's just not happening. His practices are stupid. His strategy sucks. That does happen in the NBA. Players will get together and talk amongst themselves, and they understand their power and their sway to make a decision of like, yeah, he's got to go. And it'll be very interesting to see how many, if any, because season's over. So how many, I imagine since it just ended, yesterday, over the weekend, you got to think there's going to be exit interviews media-wise.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It'll be very interesting to see. And none of them, look, despite Paolo Banchero being quite overly honest yesterday and giving that answer we both loved, saying, yeah, we're not good enough to get out of the first round because we haven't done it, I can't imagine any of the players going to be like, yeah, Jamal had to go.
All right.
But it'll be interesting to see how forcefully they come out and say something.
Yeah, because some of them may not have wanted that to happen.
That's
and
right.
So it's like, hey, I'm not sure I trust this organization. I don't know that they're going to say that either.
Right.
But, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what comes out of Orlando today.
BetOnline has odds out. Will Kevin Durant return to the Rockets this season? No, is a minus 400 favorite.
Really?
Yeah, meaning if you bet $400, you'd only win $100. If you bet $100 and he does go back, you'd win $250. So I wouldn't say that's an overwhelming favorite, but it's a pretty decent favorite there that he will not return.
What a weird end to his career.
That's what I'm saying. When you go down the list, what's his next team? The odds-on favorite, Jason Ross, at 3-1, the Detroit Pistons.
Okay.
Followed by the Miami Heat at 4-1, the Wizards at 5-1. That would be interesting just because of the local ties for him. Warriors at 6-1. I could see that. I could see that with the thing, and without Steve Kerr, never mind. Hawks, Nuggets, Sixers, Spurs, Knicks, and at 16-1, the Sacramento Kings.
Really?
The Sacramento Kings are the 10th most likely team for Kevin Durant to end up on next year.
Would you want him?
No.
Because?
Old, doesn't fit the timeline, way too much money. If he wants to come here on $15 million a year, hell yeah, I do. Yeah. But also, I don't need Durant minutes over, Keegan or whoever, AJ DeBonsa. It just, it'd be fun. There's going to be, look, and if somebody's out there right now like, are you crazy? Next year's going to suck. The opportunity to see Kevin Durant, I'm not immune to that. I understand that. I just don't think he fits into the long term at all. Will Jamal Murray return to the Nuggets next season? Turn him around. The favorite is yes at -400, no at +250.
Okay.
But if he were to move on, the favorite would be the Raptors, followed by the Rockets, the Pistons, the Warriors, the Blazers, Nets, and Clippers.
Nets.
That's really weird. And the 8th, actually tied for 7th with the Clippers, most likely team for Jamal Murray to land on next year if he were to be traded, your Sacramento Kings.
So Durant and Murray are coming to Sacramento.
I think so.
And the lottery pick.
Let's go. We'll take a break. When we return, hey, let's go around the diamond. The Giants absolutely suck. And the A's weren't much better this weekend, but look out. They've got the largest blank in the AL.
Excuse me?
We'll fill you in next.
Being a good game show contestant requires a few characteristics.
I prepared a round of Jockperty, the game of stupid sports knowledge.
Quick decision making.
I said Matt, and then she went, oh, Kayla! And you said, yes, Kayla!
Grace under pressure.
What do you mean? There's a bunch of teams that play across the pond!
A clear understanding of the rules.
The category was not, clear.
And most importantly, a positive attitude.
Name that king for one. Everybody ready?
No!
Hang in there, Matt. Practice makes perfect. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the sound of Claire, cooking dinner at home. And that's the sound of a fraud alert from Wells Fargo, flagging a charge for a pricey restaurant in Paris. Considering Claire isn't in Paris right now, that seemed odd. To the bank and to Claire. 2 taps later, Claire says nope to the charge, and Wells Fargo is on the case. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now through May 24th at Big O Tires, get $80 to $120 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Nexen, Nitto, or Sumitomo tires with installation purchase. Book your appointment online today. Disposal fees extra, not covered with other offers. See your locally owned Big O Tires dealer for pricing.
This Home Improvement Month tip is brought to you by Bonnie, leading the way home. Test your smoke and carbon monoxide detectors monthly to keep your family safe.
Trust EB Stone, where 100 years of expertise means your garden thrives naturally. Try cactus and succulent soil mix and Sure Start or all-purpose fertilizers. Visit ebstone.org for a location near you. EB Stone, for the life of your garden.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave.
What's up? It's Matt George.
What's good? It's Alan Stiles.
With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples, all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level.
Monster
tremendous storms into the Stockton Dirt Track with the most affordable penalty fun on May 9th. Tickets start at $15. Admission includes the bid party. Meet the drivers, touch the trucks, feel the power. And don't miss $10 monster truck rides that put you in the action. Save money now at StocktonDirtTrack.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
Welcome back. I said, welcome back. Oh, this is lit.
This is lit.
And that surprised me and was kicks the living blank out of me. They had 2 songs, I think. Maybe 3. I think they had 2 songs.
So they weren't that lit.
Not that lit. This guy had a few hits, though.
The pitch to Duffy is grounded to short. Didi fields and throws to first in time. Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win. And Masahiro Tanaka pitches a complete game shutout and a beauty, giving up only 3 hits, 1 walk, and striking out 9. The sun will come out. Tanaka. Bet your bottom dollar with Tanaka. The sun will shine. Anyway, Tanaka pitches a complete game shutout.
Anyway.
There's like 90 different calls. Hey, Chris, you fixed it. Thank you.
I did not.
You did not. Who did?
That is my account that we're on.
Oh, and the internet's working? Everything's working. That's cool. Thank you. Could have picked a lot of John Sterling. A lot of John Sterling clips. I picked that one. It's certainly not his most iconic. But it wasn't just the call. It was also, he had a lot of personality in there too.
Sure did.
By the way, if you're just joining us, he passed away this morning, 87 years old. And many have said the most iconic voice in Yankee history. Anytime whether he is or isn't, I mean, that's somebody else's argument. Anytime you're mentioned as the most iconic anything in Yankee history, that's a big deal. That's a very, very big deal. And Jason, you are a lifelong Yankee fan. So on one hand, I'm sure you're happy for his life. Well, here I am. I'm going to ask you a question, but let me answer your question before I ask it. I'm sure you are obviously mourning today, but bittersweet.
Yeah, I mean, it's a guy that is a legend, has done this, had done this for a long, long time, saw many of the great moments, called many of the great moments. Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah.
Right? The passing. And I know he's, like we said earlier, he retired, but then came back last year, I believe, and did a few games.
Yeah.
And then I had not heard that he had done any games this year, to my knowledge.
Here's one from 2004, I believe.
The 1-2. Swung on a high fly to
2024.
Right. Soto is there. Juan Soto makes the catch. Ball game over. American League Championship Series over. Yankees win. The Yankees win. The Yankees are going nuts on the field. I mean, it's a group hug. It's like the end of the Mary Tyler Moore Show. It's a group hug, and they jump up and down. Terrific.
There's a lot
with the video of that.
Yes.
That's kind of always how I pretend to do it. I didn't know he did it like
that.
that.
Oh, you never see that? Oh, yeah. He's got there's a lot of video of him doing his calls out there, and of course what is the iconic is but he's
the one of him getting hit. Remember that foul ball that hit him
I thought
years ago?
I think I thought I had that somewhere. Yeah, here it is right here. This is John Sterling. I'm laughing, but I'm laughing because he played it off so well. After the fact, here's John Sterling getting hit by by a foul ball, I should say. After I unmute this here, John Sterling, the late great John Sterling, getting hit by a foul ball.
And now the 3-2 swung on a pop foul back here. Ow! 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 It really hit me. I didn't know it was coming back that far. So once again, it'll be a 3-2. And Holmes ready to deal. A ground ball to third. Donaldson squares, throws to first in time. Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win. You know, that foul ball actually hit me. It kind of glanced off my forehead. So I took one for the team.
Okay, John. My star of the game is Kyle Higashioka, who wants to know if you're all right. Are you okay, John?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
I am okay. Just a glancing blow.
Just a glancing blow.
Now,
pretty good.
I don't know if you caught it. I'm going to try to find it here, and sorry for everybody on the radio, but he turns at one point, and I only saw it in real time.
Oh yeah, there it is.
He's got a mouse.
Yeah.
Over his left eyebrow.
Cut him a little bit, or a bruise. That's very noticeable.
Very noticeable.
It was great.
That was Chris.
100% Chris. You want to explain yourself, Chris?
It was funny.
It was not funny. Old man gets hit with a foul ball.
See, you can't even say it with a straight face.
I'm laughing at you. Listen, dude. I know
That's
you
his
know.
Final home run call?
I know. Yeah, this is final home run call. I just want to say for the record, Chris, you're if there is a hell, you're gonna burn there, bro. Just enjoy life right now because it's gonna be hot where you go. Here's John Sterling's final home run call.
And the pitch hit in the air to deep left. It is high. It is far. It is gone. It's a grand slam. Non dimenticar. That ball sure traveled far. Giancarlo. He hits a grand slam deep in the left field seats. And the Yankees take a 5-1 lead.
Well, you know.
Oops, sorry, Susie.
Well, you know, John.
Well, you know, John.
Roger is in George's box.
He will look. It's kind of the same rules, you know. I understand that not everybody is a Yankee fan. I understand the world we live in. You don't have to be. I'm a lifelong Giants fan. I hate the Dodgers, despite Chris's drops. I hate the Dodgers, and I've always hated the Dodgers. But when we lost Vin, it's timeless. There are so very few things in sports that go beyond rivalries or whatever. And John Sterling, look, I'm not trying to. We're not in a compare contrast world right now. The man passed away this morning, but it's that same type of thing. Like you just go But again, I said bittersweet because he, unlike other iconic voices for other teams, sometimes. He's seen it all, and he's seen some phenomenal successes.
Yeah, got to see the best of the best. Called a couple World Series, and he's been around a long, long time.
Meanwhile, speaking of the Giants, Jason, 0-6 on the road trip.
Maybe one of their worst road trips they've ever had.
Yeah,
based on what happened to them: 3 walk-offs, twice shut out.
It's not hyperbole, dude. Yeah. It's not. It's one of the worst. I'm sure they've gone. I'm not looking it up. I'm sure they've gone 0-6. They've probably gone worse on a road trip. But you nailed it. The way they lost so many of these games, and sure, I guess the glass is half full guy goes, well, they were close. And I mean, they could have gone another way. Nah, whatever, dude. It's just they're unwatchable right now. win or lose, they're just borderline completely unwatchable.
And had they had a better road trip, look, they're already pretty far back, but they could have gotten themselves back in the mix with a 4-2 trip. The rest of the NL West was really scuffling while they were too.
Yeah.
They're bringing a Bryce Eldridge, another guy from the minor leagues as well.
Yeah.
Trying to push some sort of buttons here to find something.
And Bryce Eldridge is long, but look, he's in that mold of the Giants have these prospects throughout the years. There's always one guy above all, and sometimes they end up being Brandon Belt or Tim Lincecum, and other times they end up being Solomon Torres or Mike Remlinger. No offense to them, but just didn't hit all the notes. They start a series against the Padres, so it gets easy.
Sure, light work
tonight. The A's are off. They did just slightly better than the Giants over the weekend, as they took just 1 of 3. By the way, very good crowd over the weekend. Really good crowds over the last couple weeks. It's funny how even just a little bit of embracing the city along with some success will do to you. I have absolutely no problem. It'll be interesting to see when we get into the dog days. I am interested, obviously I hope the A's continue to do well. If they do, because if they don't, you're going to see crowds dwindle off no matter what. But if they do, I'm very curious to see how it's going to go in July and August, where you have competitive, exciting team versus bursting into a ball of flames.
Yeah.
And which one wins out.
Well, and they still have later this month, in a couple weeks, the Giants are coming in. That'll be a big crowd.
That will be
The
huge.
Yankees are at the end of the month. Next month, or is it July? I can't remember. Maybe I don't know when it is, but the Dodgers are coming in.
Okay.
So, I mean, they have 3 massive series still coming to the home park.
And I'm looking right now here. So they have a home game. I'm not going to go through everything, but July 5th, they have a home game at 1:30 on a Sunday versus Miami. Pretty much everything else, and when I say pretty much, I mean everything else is either on the road or is a night game, and then you hit the All-Star break. Let's just check here, because I want to see. Last year they were very good, or tried to be as good as they could, about keeping games out of the superheat. Sunday, July 19th against the Nationals, 1:05 start.
Yep.
Woof. Boston's all at night. Detroit, Sunday. It's really the Sundays. August 2nd, 1:05.
Thursday games.
Other than that, Wednesday, home Tampa Bay, August 12th. That's a 12:05 start.
I know, but Sacramento's weird. You know, the hottest time of the day is 3 to 5, 3 to 6. So
it is.
You already have started that game. But those games that are going to be weeknights that are at 6:40 that are
like Wednesday, August 26th against Minnesota is a 6:05 start. I agree with you that will be far hotter, at least at the beginning, than that 12. That 12:05 game might get toasty towards the end.
Sure.
It will.
Yeah.
Maybe, though, Jason, you never know. Maybe all of those games will be cloudy and unseasonably cool. Hey, you don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
We'll take a break when we come back. What's hot? What's not? And I got a double-digit streak. And honestly, I don't know what happened Friday. We'll see what happens and all that before we get to the final hour. We'll look ahead to the round 2 of the playoffs. What's on deck and crosstalk. We'll do all that right after this.
Being a good game show contestant requires a few characteristics.
I prepared a round of Jockperty, the game of stupid sports knowledge.
Quick decision making.
I said Matt, and then she went, oh, maybe Kayla. And you said, yes, Kayla.
Grace under pressure.
What do you mean? There's a bunch of teams that play across the pond.
A clear understanding of the rules.
The category was not clear.
And most importantly, a positive attitude.
Name that king for one. Everybody ready?
No.
Hang in there, Matt. Practice makes perfect. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Save $2 when you buy 2 cans of Superior Products Coverall Tire Dressing. Plus, get 4 times O-Rewards points now at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Support comes from Amazon Business. Free your team from time-consuming procurement tasks. Discover smart business buying where unmatched selection meets AI-driven tools to simplify complex processes so you can focus on what matters most. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Pump up the volume. Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Is the crew on their way so we can fire up the grill?
Cabrito, arrachera. They're gonna love it.
Better go with birria and carne en su jugo. Classic Jalisco dishes with tradition.
That seasoning is great, but Northern Mexican-style meat speaks for itself. Let's make both.
Deal. And to boost the flavor, ice-cold Pepsi. Its sweetness pairs perfectly.
And to go with it, flour tortillas.
And corn ones too. Hey, carne asada deserves Pepsi.
No way. Gas prices shot up again.
I know, but I got us covered.
So generous. What's your deal?
What's my deal? I went to Metro and saved. Got 4 lines for just $25 each and 4 free new Samsung Galaxy A17 5G phones and all on the T-Mobile network.
How about we go to Metro today?
Get that more for your money feeling. Visit your Metro by T-Mobile store. Just bring your numbers. Not available if you've been with Metro or T-Mobile in the past 180 days.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Smooth accelerators. When that light turns green, you're off. Like a warm knife through firm butter. Going from 0 to the speed limit in an appropriate amount of time. Sure, your car has horsepower, but your horses prance around as silky smooth as your right foot. Fancy Prancerton. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
Join us at Camping World's Red, White, and New Trade event, our biggest trade event of the year, May 14th through the 17th. Trade in your RV and get the highest value guaranteed. Then upgrade for less with new RVs starting as low as $94 a month. Plus, take 25% off select maintenance services. Save up to 40% on camp-ready must-haves. And enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Red, White, and New Trade event at your local Camping World, May 14th through the 17th. We'll see you there.
There are many reasons to choose Gonzalez Law Offices as a dedicated trial lawyer with an undefeated record from 2016 through 2019, and you'll know that no case is too big or too small. Due to his success, hard work, and commitment to excellence, attorney Jonathan Gonzalez has been listed in Super Lawyers Rising Stars as well as in the top 40 under 40 list by national trial lawyers. You can find Gonzalez Law Office online at saclegaldefense.com or call him at 916-304-9187.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Is hot.
Joel Embiid. In the Sixers' 109-100 Game 7 win over the Celtics, he had 34 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists.
Oh, wow.
Not only that, for the series, he scored 112 points. He is the first NBA player in history to score 100 or more points in a playoff series, despite missing the first 3 games of that series.
Huh. You know, and Joel Embiid, it just makes me so sad. Because I really...
Marines are made.
Was that me?
No.
Okay. No, it was. I think it was. I love Joel Embiid. I love his game. I love his attitude. I love his personality.
Joe L. Embiid.
He's a flopper.
Joseph L. Embiid.
This is Jaylen Brown.
And I always say, just as Neil Young tried his best to ruin Eddie Vedder of Pearl Jam back in the day, James Harden came around and infected Joel Embiid. And now I got to watch Joel Embiid floppy fish his way. You know, guy's 7 foot 300. And meanwhile, Mosquito von Schlossquito, the guard for the other team, brushes up against Embiid, and he's doing the soccer roll halfway around the court. And Jaylen Brown called him out, and good. I wish more people call him out. Like, dude, you don't need to do that. You don't need to be a floppy fish.
Not with Mosquito von Schlossquito.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it, buddy. All right, well, then who's not?
The National League West.
Oh.
Before the Padres and Dodgers win, Dave was happy about that. They were the worst division in baseball history. The Giants had lost 5 in a row, Dodgers 4 in a row, Padres 4 in a row. Diamondbacks and Rockies 3 in a row. That was the first time in Major League Baseball history every team in a division was on a 3-game losing streak or more at the end of the day.
Yeah, that NL West. Which, funny thing is, that's where the World Series champ will come from. But pretty amazing.
Rockies?
Don't count them out. Hey, how about this call, Jason? See if you can guess who is on the call here.
Is Dennis Johnson, front court. DJ up top. Off the pick comes Bird for the bomb. Got it again. In front court, posted up high is Parrish. Off to Bird for the open 20-footer. It's good.
The Celtics win.
It wasn't just a baseball guy. Celebrating John Sterling. Speaking of the dead opposite of John Sterling, probably should have said the polar opposite of John Sterling, sorry. Skip Bayless is going to appear alongside Stephen A. Smith on this Friday's episode of First Take for the first time on the network since 2016.
Gross.
I'm going to guess, and again, we're honoring John Sterling today. The ratings are down. For probably, Stephen or
so
Skip.
why is Fox going to help?
I think they're sniffing around. So I don't think this happens by accident. I think Stephen A. has been looking for a counterpart since Skip left. He found one in Max Kellerman, but Max was actually too good. Max was literally too good for Stephen A. So I think he's going. I could see this being a money play. I don't think they just accidentally do this. And I hope nobody watches. But, of course, a bunch of people will watch. What else do I have?
Mad Dog Wednesdays isn't enough?
Honestly, Mad Dog's probably... I like Kellerman, but he's probably the second most. Just because he makes Stephen A. laugh. He's so... Stephen A. can be a caricature of himself. Mad Dog's a walking caricature. You can't not laugh. And if you think Stephen A. is hyper and yells at people, he's monotone and quiet compared to old Mad Dog Russo. What else do I have for you? Some stuff I saved up over the weekend. Speaking of who's hot, here's something. Chris, I'll borrow from your team, Manchester United. They have never lost in the Premier League when leading at halftime at Old Trafford. 330 matches, 304 victories, 26 draws, 0 losses. That's pretty good. Just saying, that's pretty good regardless of the sport. Going into Game 7, Raptors-Cavs. I thought this was interesting. If you took all the scoring from the first 6 games of the series, they were tied 669 to 669.
Oh, wow.
The last time two teams scored the exact same number of points through 6 games, 2016, Cavs-Warriors finals. Looks like it worked both times for the Cavs. Yeehaw. Speaking of LeBron James, when he was in Miami, Jason, averaged 26.9 points, 7.6 boards, 6.7 assists on 54.3 field goal shooting percentage. LeBron, since turning 41, is averaging 27.7 points a game, 7.7 boards, 7.8 assists on 55% shooting.
And still hasn't done the 27, 7, and 7.
And still hasn't done the 27, 7, and 7. I really do feel like he's going to do it in this playoff series just to do it. By the way, the Lakers will open up against the Oklahoma City Thunder in the second round of the playoffs. Interesting look here. The starting lineup of the Oklahoma City Thunder when LeBron was on the cover of Sports Illustrated, February 18th, 2002. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was 3. Lou Dort was 2. Isaiah Hartenstein was 3. Cason Wallace and Chet Holmgren, same age. They weren't born. So there's that. Let's go streaking, shall we?
Okay.
Okay, why not?
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking! Yeah!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing? We're streaking!
Well, as a show, we're streaking to the tune of 15 consecutive games.
So we're like the anti-NL West.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done 0 of that. Chris has done 5, but Dave has done 10.
Hey!
Let's see if we can add on. So we'll start with me. On Friday, I took Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge. He's just the cutest. Sorry.
He got up 3 times on Friday. He got 2 hits with an RBI.
Oh, look
so
at
I'm
you.
at 1. Way to
Look
go, me.
at you.
Chris was at 5, trying to get to 6. He took Roman Anthony of the Boston Red Sox.
Were they playing?
They were playing Houston, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Roman Anthony got up 4 times. Roman Anthony got 3 hits.
3 hits. Why does it matter they were playing in Houston?
So
What
Chris
were you doing there?
Has 6.
Why does he care that they were playing in Houston?
Well, they were playing Houston in Boston, I believe.
Why does he care?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe because, Dave, you're at 10. All eyes are on you to see if you can get to 11.
All eyes on me.
You picked from the same game that Chris got 3 hits.
Uh-huh.
So you took Yordan Alvarez.
Not my Don, your
I
Don.
picked a guy that was going up against Dave. Huh.
Oh.
Yordan Alvarez got up 5 times.
5 times.
Yordan Alvarez got you 0 hits.
Loser!
Ooh, you suck.
Okay, let's just relax. Why don't we just calm down? What about calm down?
No, dude, no big way.
Okay, we get it. Okay.
No? Oh my God! Look at this.
Okay.
It was great.
You know the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys surrounding Yordan Alvarez went 9 of 19 in this game.
Pick the wrong guy.
Apparently, I could have thrown a freaking dart at their lineup.
Chris got a hit.
There were 1, 2, 3, a total of 4 guys, including pinch hitters, that didn't get hits. Casey Yordan Alvarez, you're on timeout. That was a good run.
You're done.
You're done, Alvarez.
So Chris is now leading with 6. I'm at 1. Dave's in last now with 0. But Dave, good news. You can pick from anybody that's playing today.
Anyone that's playing today, well, why don't we go ahead and start with, since I haven't been able to take him for a while, Shohei Ohtani. Dave loves L.A.
Dave loves it.
Whitey Gleason, elderly host of the afternoon show with Alan Stiles, says this is interesting. We were talking about the A's. A's host Miami July 4th and 5th during the California Classic. As a matter of fact, he says on July 5th, A's and Kings play at the same time. A's at 1:30, Kings at 2.
You think when they're in town they get together?
I feel like they will. And Kings are playing the Warriors, by the way. You think the Warriors and A's will get together as well and talk about their time in Oakland?
I think so.
There's a lot going on there.
There's maybe too much good stuff.
Also, they're after us to do more video content and all that. What about Whitey bringing back Fright Night Theater, but we just do it on YouTube here? He just does a little, I mean, that's really arguably Whitey's most famous part of his career. I was a little kid watching Fright Night Theater.
Were you scared?
Yeah.
Whitey was scary?
Well, Whitey wasn't, they do their little bits and stuff in the studio and all that, but the movies were scary.
Like Chopping Mall?
Yeah, probably. They were always like, most of the time they were always just like B-movie, like, whatevers, but still, man, tune in.
Yeah.
You tune in, check them out. Yeah.
I'm going to take Juan Soto.
Just one?
Yeah, just Juan Soto.
Just one. All right.
Chris, with the pressure on at 6, who are you going to take?
I'll take Otto Lopez.
Who?
Otto Lopez.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Of the Just testing you.
I know.
Well, who's he playing for?
Why don't you tell me?
I asked you first. Otherwise, I would tell you. He plays for the Major League Baseball team. I will narrow it down there.
Give you a hint. National League.
Oh, easy. National League. Well, who didn't know that? Can we do a 50-50? We'll take a break. Top of the hour next. And a quick 1-minute break here. Let's look ahead to round 2 of the NBA playoffs. We got Eastern and Western matchups. 2 games tonight, 2 games tomorrow. It'll be 2 games all week until not necessary anymore. We'll take an early look next.
Has DeMar DeRozan played his final game with the Kings? Tune into the Matt George podcast at SactownSports.com, the Sactown Sports YouTube channel, or the Sactown Sports app to hear the latest insight on the star forward's potential future in Sacramento.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
A's fans, the 2026 season is here, and single game tickets are on sale now. Be there for an exciting season, packed with theme days, giveaways, and fireworks nights, including bobbleheads, jerseys, hats, and much more. And getting in is easier than ever. Tickets start at just $8 for select April and May games. From opening day to unforgettable summer nights, there's something for everyone at the ballpark. Get your tickets today at athletics.com/tickets and be part of the excitement this 2026 season.
When a person is seriously injured, there's no substitute for the personal legal relationship offered by the local NorCal firm of Ashton and Price. From the first attorney meeting, every important decision is made with a direct consultation with, and I can't believe I have to say this, a real, live, experienced, flesh and blood local attorney. It's called Home Court Advantage for a reason. Ashton and Price, serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries with no fee until we win. For the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Monster Truck Madness storms into the Stockton Dirt Track with the most affordable family fun on May 9th. Tickets started at $15. Admission includes a bid party. Meet the drivers, touch the trucks, feel the power. And don't miss $10 Monster Truck ride and put you in the action. Save money now at StocktonDirtTrack.com.
KHD-KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom!
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't! Yes, he did!
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Yep. All right, Jason, in order of fastest to slowest, how would you rank the hours today? How they felt?
6 o'clock hour was the fastest.
Okay.
8 o'clock hour was the second. 7 o'clock hour was the third.
Oh, okay. I actually had them in order. I felt like I agree with you. One was easily the fastest. But then I thought I went 2, 3. So you thought last hour was a little faster than the hour?
Yes, so.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. So happy, by the way, to be with all of you. Final hour.
Has this week gone fast?
It's flying by. Yeah. And then, what the hell is going on this week? Something's going. Cinco de Mayo tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Do you celebrate, like, in the sense of, like, you know, our celebration is we do Mexican food. That's our big Cinco de Mayo celebration. But we try to do something. We try to do something that we don't normally do. So, like, we won't do like tacos or enchiladas. I think I'm gonna try to do a mole this time, but like a real one, not like you get it in the little jar and then
guaca.
Yes, we will. Well, I'm going to try to do mole chick this week. But do you theme it all, or is it just kind of a thing?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Have you ever gone out for Cinco de Mayo before?
I'm sure, but I I can't recall at the moment.
Used to do, I think we used to do fairly regular remotes. I know I've been out for a couple of
We've
different.
not done remotes in a long time.
We haven't, and I'm good with it. But
you're not requesting.
I hate that I'm. The only reason I'm grouping this in with Cinco de Mayo is because I'm pretty sure I did a remote out there once, but got to be honest. And again, not an advertiser, not doing any sort of a whatever, but I don't remember the last time I went to Chevy's.
I can't either.
And I love their chips and salsa.
Probably the best thing they do.
I think it is. It's so, and for you salsa aficionados out there, calm down.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's saying it's the most authentic.
It's preference. It's what you like.
Yeah, it's just, I can eat a whole bushel of that
There
stuff.
used to be a few more of them around, and they're just not as many.
Yeah.
There was one not far from my house. It's been gone for 10 years, probably, maybe more, but yeah.
I'm trying to think. Chevy's on the River is the only one I think I know.
But if you're going to be on the river, you might as well get a Roosters right there.
By the way, actually has better food. Been there.
Yeah.
Done that, as a matter of fact. Chris, what kind of do you have a preference when it comes to salsa? And what I mean by that is you got your classic, tomato base, chunks of tomato, this and that, whatever, Then you have kind of your less soupy, almost a pico de gallo type. You have your tomatillo type. And then you have your authentic, more, I would say most authentic, which is, I don't really do a lot over here, but anytime I go to Mexico, it's I don't know how to describe it. It's like an oily kind of very, they're taking the actual peppers and blending them into this kind of oily, thick sauce. Do you have a preference?
I don't know the oily base, but I prefer a pepper-based salsa.
I do too. Now, I also like black pepper, weirdly enough, in my salsa too. Give it a little black pepper back.
Yeah, but what do you not like pepper in?
Ice cream.
Are you sure?
I mean, I've never thought of it. I do. Black pepper is easily my favorite spice.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, a lot of people put salt to taste. I think pepper's the one.
I'm with you
for better taste.
I'm so with you. I think pepper's better for you, right?
Yeah.
You ever hear anybody going like, I have a high pepper content?
Slow down that pepper.
Watch out that blood pressure. I made scrambled eggs over the weekend.
As did I.
And I don't know if you ever tried this or not, but have you ever tried, I like doing this sometimes. Have you ever put an obscene amount of pepper in your scrambled eggs?
I don't think so.
I don't mean obscene in the sense of like it's inedible, but like next time you make scrambled eggs, just do it just when you're mixing them up. Just put like a giant pinch, like put a giant pinch of black pepper in there, and then put one more in there.
Why?
It just gives it again, this is the best. If there's chefs out there, maybe you can help me. But the best I can think of is that I think when it all cooks, it releases some of those essential oils, like when you toast a spice or something. I think toasting that black pepper with the eggs, I think releases some of those oils into the eggs themselves.
Okay.
And you eat them, and they just have especially if you're mixing it with like a avocado toast or whatever you're mixing it with. It's
avocado and eggs is pretty
Avocado
money.
and eggs is fantastic. Avocado and eggs avocado toast. I know that's a very millennial thing to talk about. Well, I'll eat avocado toast all day, dude. Matter of fact, Jason, I'm going to have some. No, I'm not having avocado toast when I get home. Oh, I know. Actually, I'm having leftover jerk chicken.
Ah.
Did jerk chicken yesterday with the
Sloppy Joes are gone?
Sloppy Joes. Oh, no, there is still a Sloppy Joe or two left.
There you go.
And there's like 2 buns. That might be it.
Yeah, that's older than the jerk chicken.
Yeah, it is. You got it. Yeah, are you? I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I have to
knock out the oldest one.
Yeah. Yeah, and my wife's making, because it's rainy today, she is actually taking over soup duties today. She's making beefy minestrone.
Okay.
I haven't had minestrone in forever. It was sprinkling earlier. I think it's supposed to rain later today. Let's check the weather report here, ladies and gentlemen. Sactown Sports Weather. Sactown Sports
on the 8s.
Weather. Yeah, right here on the 8s and 9s. Oh, you meant 8 as in the minute. Sorry. Looks like it's going to be cloudy all day. No rain. It did sprinkle earlier. I went outside. It was sprinkling.
So they lied.
Well, I mean, I guess that counts as rain. It will start picking up, though, tonight around 7 p.m. and looks like it'll rain all the way till 3 a.m. And then looks like tomorrow will be a little bit of rain, too. And this is welcome to Sacramento. Welcome to Sacramento. So the highs today, 65 and 67. So up until the rain tonight, perfect weather. Chris and my perfect weather. We would sit in a porch swing and talk about life in this weather. 65 degrees, no rain, but overcast. Tomorrow, a little bit of rain, but still probably 2 really good days. Then it's sunny the rest of the week. 78 Wednesday.
Okay,
that's fine. 80 Thursday. That's fine. 81 Friday. Again, I'll take it in May. A little warmer than I'd like, but hey, in Sacramento in May, I'll take it. 88 on Saturday.
Let's go.
90 on Mother's Day.
Okay.
You went from let's go to okay real quick over 2 degrees, pal. You went from let's go to okay.
It is May in Sacramento.
Well, that's cool because it cools down on Monday to 93. And then next Tuesday, 94. Here we go. This is where I would be saying,
gross.
And I am going to try to work this into my next contract. This is a true story. This is where I would be saying, all right, guys, I'll see you. Heading off. We'll be doing remote shows for the summer. Going somewhere cool, doing remotes. I'll come back a couple times. I'm gone. That's what we should start doing. I feel like we're old enough to be able to do that now. We've been doing this a long enough time. You like remote shows.
Sure.
Big fan.
Mm-hmm. It's always about 70 in here, though.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about the rest of everything. Where basically I get home like Mr. Rogers now every day now. I'm going to start getting home, sing to my dogs, and, take whatever the work clothes off. And then my home uniform is I wear my suit. And then it's the ratty sleeveless T-shirt, which comes from me cutting the sleeves off of old radio station T-shirts.
Okay.
And the boxer briefs and sandals. That's it. That's what I wear around the house. Lastly, before we move on, a question for you. I live on a cul-de-sac. Wait, what? Ew. I live on a cul-de-sac. Sometimes I have to go out I did this over the weekend, as a matter of fact, and then I went, you know what? I'm going to ask this on the show. And everybody, please resist. I want you to be honest, but resist the urge just to hammer me. So I've got my car in the driveway, okay, and I needed to get it's my pair of glasses out of the car. So I go out to the car, I grab my glasses, and I walk back in. As I'm walking back in, it's like 2 PM. As I walk back in, I realize that I went to the car in my sleeveless shirt and my boxer briefs and sandals. Is that acceptable to do?
Yes.
No.
Reading glasses, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, why did that matter?
Well, I'm like, why are you getting sunglasses?
Oh, yeah. Jason, you say yeah. I tend to agree with you.
Why would tell me why you think it would be unacceptable?
Yeah, Chris.
No, you.
Oh, me? Well, the line there is that you're technically.
What time in the day?
It was like 3 o'clock.
Ooh.
I think the only possible thing that worries me is that I'm technically in my underwear.
How intact is the undercarriage of your underwear?
It's 100% intact. There's no fly ball to left field. But they're boxer. They're the material of tidy whities or whatever. And by the way, I do not own one pair of white underwear, and that's not because they've been worn down. I literally anyone who buys white underwear just makes no sense to me. But either way,
makes no sense.
No, why would you want white underwear?
I don't know.
It's like I don't want to know
what's going on.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to know. I don't need it displayed. All my underwear are dark colored. Every one of them. White underwear is just basically like
it's a road game.
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
The home team.
You wear white underwear, you're confident, and that confidence is generally false. And then at the end of the day, you're reminded of your ineptitude. You don't know what happened. Could have been a wayward scratch.
Oh, I do know what happened.
Could have been anything. Could have been completely innocent. Okay. Could have been a sneeze. You
That's
don't know.
The kind of time when you go outside in your white underwear. Whoa, what's wrong with my neighbor? He's going streaking.
So I think, yeah, exactly. I think the only thing that gives,
anybody see you?
I don't know. I don't think so. There was nobody out in their driveways.
Besides community cameras.
Yeah, but there's cameras. There's maybe somebody's in their window. But I think if you're wearing intact, it's effectively a pair of short shorts, or a bathing suit, I guess. Why is it wrong?
How far down the street would you walk?
Not far. I wouldn't go parade around, but I'm going to my car.
But the other choice was, okay, I'm going to put on shorts just to cover this, to walk to my car, to get the glasses and go back inside.
Say that again.
Like the option was to put on shorts.
Right.
To walk to the car to get your glasses.
What
and go back
if we're swimming outside? My wife's got a two-piece on or something, and she goes to the car.
Right.
Well, that's effectively bra and underwear. But for real bra and underwear.
Right.
I'm going out in a shirt and shorts. Except there's only, the only difference is that I'm one round down in strip poker if we were playing. But other than that, it's the same. But I do worry because
you had socks on.
I always have socks on with my sandals. Oh yeah. I don't like except when I'm in public. When I'm in public, I'll take one for the team because I know it looks stupid. But socks and sandals to me is very much like how I deal with ketchup packets. It may not look great, but there's a logic to it.
How do you deal with ketchup packets?
How I tear and suck them. You know that. But
can you show us? Can you give us an example?
He did the other day. Yeah. Oh, he's got ketchup there now.
You tear, right? So look, no mess at all. And you suck them. No mess. No chance. Right? There's a logic to it.
Oh, they had pepper in that one?
Vinegar.
Oh, but usually you would have a fry or something else.
Yeah, I would. I'm doing the motion here of holding the fry sack, fry bag, box
sometimes,
carton. And and then I got a mouthful of fry, and then I'm bloop.
Just like Tommy Boy.
What was it in Tommy Boy?
He does the same exact thing.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
It makes sense. Meanwhile, you goobers are out there putting ketchup on either the hamburger wrapper or the edge of the fry thing, or I've seen some people do it on the fries. I'm going to make a little streak on the fries, and then I'm going to pick them up. And those are the people they go to eat, and oh, no, I dripped ketchup on my shirt. Goobers. Just adopt it.
What about on your plate?
First off, you can still drip ketchup. Secondly, it's more work. And thirdly,
more work.
There ends up my method also greatly reduces ketchup losses. If you put it on the plate, there's still going to be that layer of ketchup at the end. Do you
have the right amount of balance of fry to ketchup?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can tell because
you eat a fry and then a packet?
No.
Okay.
God no. But
so you have like 6 fries in your mouth?
I will eat. Well, you're using the wrong measurements. Okay, so you're going with quantity of fry, or you would go with like a handful. That's not the measurement to use. So I will take a mouthful of fries. Mouthful meaning like how you would say pound or kilo or whatever. My measurement tactic is a mouthful. So I will take a mouthful of fries, and then if it's a pretty large, like if I'm going squirrel, if it's a large mouthful of fries because I need to do some other things while I'm chewing, I'll go with full packet of fry or a full packet of ketchup. If it's a normal mouthful, I might go half packet.
But do you start chewing the fries and then do the ketchup?
No.
Or they're just sitting in there?
They're sitting in there. They're in a holding spot.
They're in the chamber.
And then slook, and then ketchup, and then I mix them together in my mouth, and it makes a nice ketchupy fry swallow. Where was I going with this?
Can't just be a dip and.
It's just too much garbage.
It's so much work,
especially when you're driving. Like you go to McDonald's or somewhere, and you roll your bag up to keep it warm, but you're just steaming it. It's not the same. The best French fry, in my opinion, in the world is a fresh McDonald's French fry. Like, so almost too hot to eat. I'm not waiting until I get home for that. I'm not waiting.
Yeah.
I ain't waiting. So I'm grabbing the fries and I'm chugging a little bit of them. Mouthful. And I can do all that while I'm driving incredibly easily. And by the way, safely. It's actually what I do is safer and more conscious for other people on the road. And you could argue that anyone else is actually kind of being dangerous.
How do you open the packet?
I put the packet in my mouth. Well, yeah, I put the packet in between my lips, and then I take my top teeth, because remember, my top and bottom teeth don't connect. I take my top teeth and I pin the packet against my lip, and then I tear with my
No spillage there ever?
Ever. No, because when I pick the packet up, I can in one hand, like, okay, for example.
Smush it to the bottom?
Yeah, so I'll pick this packet out of the bag, and then I have smushed it. I have prevented any spillage because with my thumb and forefinger, I have pushed the ketchup to the bottom of the packet. And then I grab it. Right. Now I have, right? And then I'm not going to do another one, and then scorch, and then I'm done with the fries. Very, very easy to do.
Scorch.
But I was making a point.
What about when you're at home? And you have the ketchup bottle. There's no packets.
I would like to not answer that on the air.
No.
I would like to not answer that on the air.
No. Is what I'm thinking going on.
But there's an asterisk.
No, there can't be.
No, there is. I have my own condiment section of the fridge.
Is it labeled? Or are they just
when you say your own?
Ketchup, Hidden Valley Ranch, A1 sauce.
Now, is that the family's?
No.
They have their own.
Oh, they have their own.
That's why I said I have my own.
Because of this. What if the other three members of the family started doing the same thing?
Well, two of them were born with my DNA, and the others experienced quite a bit of it over 19 years.
Yeah.
So what I mean by that is we've all lived together as a family.
Yeah.
But they know better.
To what?
They know which condiments are mine.
No, I know, but what if they start doing the same thing?
Oh.
Then you need like 4 ketchups?
Yeah, but that will never happen. I've tried with my children, and Melissa just has overruled that. I've tried. I've explained to it. I've actually gotten them all.
Where did you get it from?
Set the screen. I started that myself.
I know. Trial and error.
Because I used to have to commute to Stockton when I was a little 16-year-old telemarketer in my little Datsun pickup truck, stick shift, and I'd always get food on the way there, and the amount of times that I would dribble something on my little dress shirt. Well, don't wear the dress shirt. Well, I was 17, stupid. Okay, I did dumb stuff. So I just started sucking the ketchup out of the packet, drinking the ranch out of the ranch, whatever. Also probably built my immune system up, too. Well, when you think about it.
Yeah, because you're never sick.
When was the last time I was sick? Do you even remember?
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Does...
now I'm going to get sick.
Does migraines count as sick?
This would have nothing to do with that.
Maybe that's where they came from.
The migraines came from sucking ketchup. So, like, if you're at my house and we're having a nice steak dinner or whatever, I will have, like, my fork, my knife, my napkin, my drink, and then my steak, but then I will also have a bottle of A1 sauce there.
Okay, and then what happens?
Cut, fork, steak, slug.
From the bottle.
From the bottle.
No.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying, Chris.
What's the what would you rather me show me where an A1 packet is? I'll grab it. But it's my bottle. It's my personal bottle of A1 sauce. Other than
the other reason. Okay, I can agree somewhat with the ketchup and the ranch in the car because you can't put it anywhere.
Right. You're saying,
but when you're having dinner at home and you're cutting your steak on your plate,
I want to be clear about something. I don't do, like, if we're having friends over, it's like Thanksgiving. This is just like immediate family that I don't care about.
This is when you're in your boxers.
This is when I'm in my boxers, just to be clear. I'm not going to a restaurant.
Though you want to.
Like, are you a little, like...
Have you?
Once.
Oh, no.
But it was mostly to gross Melissa out. Because they gave me an A1 bottle, and I was going to finish it off anyways. Yeah, I was going to finish it off anyways.
They fill the same bottles up.
Yeah, I didn't know that at the time. I regret my performance on that one, but I can't lie. Like one time I did, it was mostly just to mess with Melissa. But then when I found out, yes, for example, they refill the bottles, and what did I just put my mouth on? Chris has that problem. I mean, I get it.
We go to a restaurant. Has Carmichael Dave been here?
I've had a nurse text me. Ugh.
Your nurse texted you?
I had a nurse just text me.
Uh-huh.
It's not very hygienic.
I understand what she/he is saying. I don't want to assume the nurse's gender here. But probably a girl. I would say I understand that because you think about where the ketchup packet's been, what's been walking on the ketchups, whose hands have been on the ketchups. And every once in a while, I'll get some ketchup packets, and they're a little sticky from here's why, and I've smelled it. It's honey. Because sometimes the packets.
That makes it better.
It's
so then do you do that with honey?
No. Then I do that with honey?
Yeah.
Like of course. Biscuit from KFC. I do it with the butter and the honey. Okay. Same concept. There's not really a packet I won't do.
But that's too.
Tooth.
Okay.
Biscuit.
So biscuit bite.
Yeah. Or
butter bite.
If I'm being fair, if I'm being honest, I probably more of the time because a biscuit is flat. I will sometimes squeeze some butter on the biscuit, eat the biscuit, suck the honey. Yeah, that's probably more accurate. Taste the biscuit. Exactly. I understand the hygienic thing, and I've given that a lot of thought. But let's also be honest. I'm not going to be a stickler about hygiene when I'm eating fast food. Like sucking the ketchup packet from my McDonald's meal is probably at highest the 14th least healthy thing I'm doing there, if we're being truly honest. And I think in this segment, we've been very honest.
So ketchup, ranch, honey, butter, salsa packets.
Oh, that's how it got started, salsa.
Sauce, hot sauce, maybe less salsa.
No, how did we get started on this?
Cinco de Mayo and salsa.
Cinco de Mayo salsa, and he said he likes the traditional kind. You know, I don't do that with, I'm not a big fan of salsa in packets. Like when the McDonald's picante sauce or whatever, because every once in a while you get a flyer where like you go to, because if you are trying to squeeze it out and like it gets caught on a piece of vegetable and then the vegetable comes out, but it also squirts out and goes everywhere. I don't know if you've experienced that.
I have not.
It's like a kidney stone, but for condiments. We'll take a break. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed our look at round 2 of the NBA playoffs. When we come back, What's on Deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing. Yep, that. I'm sorry, I got distracted because somebody wants Kayla's take. I don't want Kayla's. I already know. I can tell you what Kayla's take will be on all this, so let's just calm down. Speaking of Kayla, crosstalk with Matt and Kayla and celebrity birthdays. All coming up in the last half hour next.
The California Classic is coming home. The Kings will host the Brooklyn Nets, Milwaukee Bucks, and Golden State Warriors at the G1Z for a preseason showcase. To bring some extra fireworks to 4th of July weekend, head to Sactownsports.com for all the details.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
When there are supply constraints on commodities, prices surge. You saw it with fuel prices, with the blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. And you know what else is a limited commodity? Gold. They mine it out of the ground, and when it's gone, it's gone. Governments can't just print more of it. That's why everyone from central banks to savvy savers are diversified with gold. If you've been thinking about it for years, but have still never moved some of your savings into physical gold, Birch Gold Group is who I trust to help you. Stan Bongino, and now through May 29th, Birch Gold is giving first-time gold buyers a rebate of up to $10,000 on qualifying purchases. For details and a free information kit on diversifying into gold, text Dan to the number 989898. Birch Gold can help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold. Text Dan to the number 989898 to see if you qualify for a first-time gold-buyer rebate of up to $10,000. Again, text Dan to 989898 today. Message and data rates apply.
This is the sound of Jack buzz cutting his way to a small fortune. To Jack, every time he cuts his own hair, that's $50 right in his pocket. If Jack sees DIY buzz cuts as a saving strategy, Wells Fargo is right behind him. And with their mobile app, tracking his savings is easy. Oh, ouch. However you make money work, we can work with that.
Mobile carriers' message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder, thunder.
The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration.
Thunder.
The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Running a business takes grit, vision, and a partner who believes in your success as much as you do. At Valley Strong Credit Union, business banking is built around you. The entrepreneurs, the growers, the dreamers powering our community. Whether you need flexible checking, faster payments, or financing to take your next big step, Valley Strong brings local expertise and real relationships to every stage of your business. Because when local businesses thrive, the whole valley grows stronger. Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your business, grow your future. ValleyStrong.com/business.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is gonna be fun.
Yeah! It's time for What's on Deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing.
What's on tap? Used to be what we called this. Now it's What's on Deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing. You know, somebody left a whole pack of Nerds gummy clusters. Have you ever had these?
Yes.
They're actually really, really good.
They're too much.
Do you think they're too much?
Yeah.
Because there's gummy and nerd?
Yeah.
That's all right.
Oh, I thought you were eyeing it.
No, I just want to see what it looked like.
Oh, I got you. What's on Deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing. Not on ketchup. Sixers.
Before you used to have to eat the gummy and drink the Nerds.
Yes.
Jason asked me during the break if I eat cereal and then drink the milk. The answer is
like, no, I'm not crazy.
No. But one of my favorite late night desserts, if we don't have anything good, is I'll take a spoonful of peanut butter and down it with some chocolate almond milk.
Okay.
I don't feel like that counts.
Yeah.
Big peanut butter guy. Knicks host the 76ers. Timberwolves at the Spurs. That is a doubleheader. A little bit of an overlappy there. 4 and 5:30 your starts. Padres taking on the San Francisco Giants. That is in San Francisco. And A's off today.
Hey, and we'll also see if you can start a new streak.
Yeah. Start a new streak?
Yeah, because it's 10-game streak versus.
Loser.
Ooh, you suck.
Sorry, it's over.
It's over.
Nobody wants to hear this.
No, dude.
You did this earlier. Why do I get the longest one? We have breaking news whenever you're ready.
Oh, my God. Look at this.
Whenever you're ready, please.
When it breaks, we have it first.
It's Sactown Sports Breaking News.
Messiah Ujiri has been hired as the GM. Well, more than just that, really. The new team president and alternate governor for the Dallas Mavericks.
Oh.
Nico Harrison went bye-bye. And now one of the more celebrated architects in the game. 2013 to 2025, he ran the Toronto Raptors, including their first and only championship in 2019. He will now take over the Dallas Mavericks. Good get for them.
Yeah.
Alternate team governor. What is that, like ownership?
Interesting.
What's that alternate there, though?
Yeah,
like, why wouldn't it be minority?
I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. That whole thing is weird with Miriam Adelson, the widow of Sheldon Adelson, Patrick Dumont, I will continue.
Cuban trying to get this.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It is a weird, just keep an eye on Dallas going back to that Luka trade. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I don't know. I have no idea why Mark Cuban sold his shares. And it remains to me incredibly weird. That was the highlight of his life. He loved being the owner of the Mavericks. There's something, I'm telling you, that story, there is some, that's what I wish Pablo Torre'd get involved in.
Yeah.
Because, and again, I want to be very, 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 very clear here. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. And I don't know anything. But things started to get a little bit weird a few years ago when they had a couple of different behind-the-scenes sexual harassment claims and different things going on there. Not once, but I believe multiple times it happened. I think the Suns just got more notice than the Mavs did. Then you had the thing where that Haralis Vulgaris guy, the gambler dude that's big on Twitter, came into their front office. And then you had the thing where Donnie Nelson, the longtime exec, left under mysteriously weird circumstances. Then Mark Cuban sells the team to Sheldon Adelson's widow, Miriam, who appoints Patrick Dumont as the acting governor. And well, Mark sold his share, majority control, but still has some ownership. And the whole idea, you remember, was he's still going to be the face of the franchise. He's going to be in control. That lasted like 5 minutes. And then you heard stories about how Cuban's being shut out of things. And, he does not have the final say. Dumont's exerting more power over everything. Then you have the Luka thing. The Luka trade, which to this day makes absolutely no sense and is very much like, except worse, like when John Lynch flailed on Trey Lance and got Brock Purdy in the same draft. Well, after, therefore, because of it, but not really. Like, yeah, imagine if they don't have Cooper Flagg. Like, but that stroke of luck has somehow absolved them to the point where we've discussed it earlier. Would you trade Luka if you're the Mavs, would you trade Cooper Flagg for Luka Doncic? I would not. You would not. And then you've got I'm telling you, it's weird, and I'm incredibly confident that I don't know what's going on, but that someday something's going to come out.
Yeah.
And because it's too much weird stuff in a very, very short time for it to be coincidental.
But the part about Masai Ujiri, just that high, that's a good hire based on his track record.
It's a wonderful hire.
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely the right hire and something that they need some stability there. And you're talking about a guy that was GM of a team for 12 years, which in this league is an eternity. And then on top of that, won a championship there as well. I just, again, I'll move on, but it smells fishy, dude. It smells to me like some sort of back-end punishment for Mark Cuban, and then things went all kinds of crazy. According to Steve Popper, who is a Knicks writer and NBA columnist, one of the candidates. Well, this is a stupid headline. Tom Thibodeau is rumored to be a potential candidate for the Magic head coaching job.
There's a lot there.
You can't even say he's rumored to be a candidate, right. A potential. I can tell you,
he's rumored to be a potential candidate for every job.
100%. I'm going to confirm this right now on Twitter, as a matter of fact. I can confirm that Tom is a potential candidate. Hashtag amazing scoop. This is so stupid. I guess it's not stupid, though, because Legion Hoops, who put that out. It's currently has 300,000 views over the last hour. I wonder if mine will get that. As we're cleaning some stuff
I'm
up.
not going to look at it.
Not going to look at it?
No.
Not going to view
I
it?
got your answer for alternate governor.
Uh-huh.
They act as a proxy for the principal of owner/governor at NBA Board of Governors meetings. The other person that serves as an alternate governor is CEO of Jazz Basketball, Danny Ainge.
Interesting. Do we have an alternate governor? I wonder. No. I would like to be it.
Good luck.
Best baseball interview of all time, just a reminder.
How does your leg feel today?
Oh, feeling good.
So what happened to you? What happened?
Just crap.
Just a cramp?
Yeah, just crap.
So you told me what can you eat to help you make you feel better?
Bananas.
Yeah, why bananas?
Monkeys never craps. Monkey never crap. Because a monkey every day bananas. 2.
So how many did you have today?
3. Power 3.
Oh yeah. So you no more cramp for you.
I need 3 banana because monkey never craps.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Arigato.
There's not a time that doesn't get me, dude.
Yeah.
And also, how do we know monkeys don't cramp?
He said so.
I mean, I've never seen a monkey like going, "Arr!"
Yeah.
I think I have seen a monkey do that.
I was saying, man, like for all we know, monkeys get cramps all the time.
Monkeys never
crap. I am always fascinated with. By the way, did you see the TNT graphic at the end when they were sending the Celtics fishing?
Oh yeah.
You got Bill Simmons.
Yep.
Mark Wahlberg.
Uh-huh.
You got John Krasinski.
Yeah.
You got Matt Damon, Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
Hey, there's Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
Who else, Dave?
Well, it's
Who's at the front of the boat?
It's a couple of people at the front of the boat doing. They're doing like the Titanic pose.
Oh, they look like they're happy.
And the lady has her arms outstretched, and then the guy has his arms around kind of her. Oh my God, that's Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini.
Oh wow, good one.
This is a lot like how you and I were last hour with one of Chris's hijinks. By the way, the way that especially Ernie Johnson, but really all of them reacted to this.
And we've got the Boston Celtics, who after being knocked out by the Philadelphia 76ers, you guys are fishing. I see our buddy Bill Simmons in there, John Krasinski, Mark Wahlberg.
I don't know if to stop it.
I don't.
That on purpose.
Ben Affleck and Matt Damon on there, Tatum and Brown.
Well, this last one,
yeah. That's all I see on that boat. I don't see anything else.
I didn't see.
They didn't see him, apparently.
I have avoided talking about this like the plague because, again, it's just weird. Does she bounce back?
I don't know.
I don't either. I could either see it not happening.
I think no.
I think she's going. Here's the thing. Media needs views. People want views. I don't know if she's going to bounce back in that exact spot. I don't mean company. I mean as that type of reporter. But I could see some sort of like, I don't know, Netflix, Amazon, some sort of show.
Yeah.
Someone's they'll watch the first one.
Right.
What a crazy thing, man. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll cross-talk with Matt and Kayla. We'll do celebrity birthdays. We'll wrap up the program next.
The California Classic is coming home. The Kings will host the Brooklyn Nets, Milwaukee Bucks, and Golden State Warriors at the G1Z for a preseason showcase. To bring some extra fireworks to 4th of July weekend, head to SactownSports.com for all the details.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Hi, Flo here to say that Progressive knows that life can change quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, like when I have to take my ex off my policy.
Oh, sorry. But yes, we can do that.
And can you send them a message and tell them that they have trust issues that they need to work on?
We don't really get in the middle of these conflicts.
Also, can you let them know that I was faking interest in his band and it's probably time to grow up?
I'm not going to do it. Just know that with Progressive, you can easily make changes to your auto insurance because we know life changes.
Also, I'm staying in touch with his mom because she's absolutely lovely.
Bad idea.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Join us at Camping World's Red, White, and New Trade event, our biggest trade event of the year, May 14th through the 17th. Trade in your RV and get the highest value guaranteed. Then upgrade for less with new RVs starting as low as $94 a month. Plus, take 25% off select maintenance services. Save up to 40% on camp-ready must-haves. And enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Red, White, and New Trade event at your local Camping World, May 14th through the 17th. We'll see you there.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And now everything's on sale during our Memorial Day event. Save up to $1,200 on mattresses for a limited time. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
Did you try my Colombian tamales? They're delicious.
Yes, but the Mexican tamales I brought are better.
Colombian tamales wrapped in plantain leaves are unmatched, you know.
But the Mexican tamales wrapped in corn husks are the authentic ones.
At least we can agree that they taste better with Pepsi.
Without a doubt. Can you pass me a straw?
You mean a pitillo.
Tamales deserve Pepsi.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown 411 16th Street and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. What's up? It's Matt George. What's good? It's Alan Stiles.
With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level. It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
And now,
Here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Are we just doing this until Dave
until he comes back?
Oh my goodness!
Long stretch for you.
I know this is. I have to get even closer here.
We want Dave.
Are you here? Can you hear me?
We want Dave.
This is a long break
we
for
want
him.
Dave.
Where'd he go?
He's just gone.
Who's he going to blame it on?
Somebody who was holding the door open for somebody that was coming in with a bunch of boxes.
Okay, that's a good
That's
guess.
a good one.
Yeah.
I think he's going to throw our big boss under the bus again.
Oh, that he ran in a gym.
Yeah.
His daughter called because of something.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
It's an emergency.
Well, she said it was an emergency, and then it's like,
right.
I
I'm
lost
off
my
in
pen.
10 minutes, 15 minutes, yeah.
Or his dogs got out.
Oh.
He wouldn't care.
Who let them out?
Who let the dogs out? It's always a big question.
Find out.
There he is! Carmichael Dave. Carmichael Dave.
What happened?
You okay?
Oh, see? He already has the look of like, do you really want to know?
No. It's fine.
We had wagers.
It's
Okay,
fine.
okay.
Well, let's go. Well, no, don't worry about it.
Why?
I was having a very productive
conversation
with one of our engineers.
Oh. We all lose.
Oh, we all lost.
He was in here first.
We all lose.
Yeah. No, we had he came and found me into his, and again, once again, even if I didn't like our engineers, I'd lie because never mess with an engineer.
No, that's true.
But I legitimately like our engineers. But if you've been with us most of the show, as usual on a Monday, we were having all kinds of tech issues, and it makes me, I just go insane.
Yeah.
I'm very shockingly, very unprofessional.
You're not tech savvy?
I am tech savvy. That's the problem.
Oh.
I'm actually incredibly tech savvy, but the login doesn't work.
Uh-huh.
Nobody knows what the login is.
Ooh.
I was opening up our one browser. We don't have a backup browser. So we have the one, Microsoft Edge, which would not be my choice.
Are we the only company that ever uses?
We don't have Chrome. We don't have whatever. They have rules.
Firefox.
Yeah.
So we don't have a backup browser. Open up the browser, which has the main thing is Twitter. Well, why do you need Twitter? Because I saved so many clips and things over the week to use for show prep and play for you guys. And then John Sterling passed away today.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of stuff I wanted to play. Couldn't do that. You'd open it and it would close after 5 seconds. Did that about 6 or 7 times. And then finally Chris got on it. But then we logged out, couldn't log back in. Nobody knew the login. Nobody knew the password. So anyways, to our engineer's credit who got here, we're a morning show. Nobody's here. We that should not happen again. I am now in possession.
Knock on a knee.
Yes, but I get crazy. So, anyways,
What a Greek tragedy, honey! Oh my God!
You do sound like you're worked up.
I'm just, and then it's not fair to Chris or Jason because I throw a tantrum on the air, but that type of stuff makes me go.
I know. We all have
insane.
So, most importantly, though, is it good for us?
Well, it's all figured out now.
Okay, good.
That's like, well, what about us?
I'm happy.
Yes.
Right?
How was your weekend? Oh, you were going to say something.
Well, I was going to say something. Just that reminded me of the Michael Jackson song. What about us?
Yeah.
So Dave was on. There's some crazy person that put out this tweet this weekend that Taylor Swift is more iconic than Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And I commented, of course.
Oh,
and then
do that.
I saw later on that Dave retweeted it. And
I didn't retweet it. I quote tweeted it.
that's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah.
Quote tweeted it. And I was like, okay, good. Dave's on the same page too.
So you fought the Swifties?
No, because it's nothing to do with I shouldn't say it's nothing to do with Taylor Swift. It's just nothing against Taylor Swift.
No.
You either know that Michael Jackson is the most iconic musician of all time, or you weren't alive
singer,
during
dancer
that event. Thank you. You weren't alive for him. And somebody will come back and be like, well, Taylor Swift has sold dirt.
It's like, that's not what
it's like, that's not what we're taught. First off, nobody is, the only entity that has sold more albums than Michael Jackson is the Beatles. And they're probably the closest to what Michael Jackson, girls would literally drop like dominoes when the Beatles would play or Michael Jackson would do a concert. Look it up. People would lose consciousness. The story that's always kind of one of my favorites about Michael is for his birthday one year, his friends rented out a supermarket and surprised him by taking him to the supermarket, which had security all over it. Nobody knew, and gave him a cart.
So he could shop?
So he could grocery shop. And he said it was like one of the greatest days of his life.
That's insane.
Because he can't, things that we really have to fix that, by the way. That's, Taylor, that sucks.
It's like I'm on a dog collar.
It really kind of is. So anyways, yeah, that was a whole stupid thing, but it's either for contrarians or people that just weren't alive.
It's for engagement.
You're
so
right.
a bunch of people are like, oh, that's not true at all.
He's right.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah, shut your mouth. And then finally, because we have to get celebrity birthdays, the only thing I want to share with you guys is it's going to be a very difficult couple of days at the house because my crazy dog, Gracie, nothing bad happened.
Oh, okay.
But she, I let her out in the morning, and she barks at the pool sweep. She barks at everything. She just is a very barky, energetic dog, right?
I know. I'm a feeling.
916-520-9990, AmericanEnergy.com. So she has a bark collar, and we're going to be breaking it in today.
Oh, the zapper?
Well, it has 3 settings.
Auto zap?
It has beep, it has vibrate, and then it has shock.
Is it auto or do you have to do it manually?
No. Well, there's a way that you can you can auto it, but
Sade.
I'm afraid I don't want to do. I'm really I feel very guilty about this.
Well, tell me how it goes because I might use it on my dog.
I don't want to shock her.
Well,
she doesn't mean it. She's just a wacko.
I'm with you. I told Matt I might get in trouble in my place because
Well, maybe I'll use it on her, and if it works, I'll loan it to you.
Okay.
What kind of dog?
Red Lab.
So the collar may not be big enough. I don't know. Pretty thick.
He's pretty skinny.
Oh, he is?
More energy.
Celebrity Birthdays brought to you by Caramel Cookies. Hey, look at her. Oh, come on. You're just a little dog, right? So look at that. How could that? Why is that?
Look at that face.
Zap it.
What's wrong?
Some of them just have big dog energy.
Zap it.
No, she doesn't have big dog energy. She's just a yappy little ding dong.
Yeah, big dog energy.
Come on.
I know. I love all dogs. Dogs are the best.
Celebrity birthdays.
Happy birthday, Rory McIlroy.
I love Rory.
He has a pair of green jackets.
Gosh, he's probably
37.
36.
38.
34.
We have a correct answer. Goes to Carmichael Dave. 37th birthday for Rory
37.
McIlroy.
He's like,
Will
The game
Arnett.
of golf.
William Arnett. What's the R stand for?
Oh, he was born on Cuatro Cinco.
Oh.
Will Arnett is 45? I'm not going to get this one.
48?
47. I don't know.
He is 57.
Chris is closest. He's 56.
You misled.
Wow.
You misled.
The heck?
You misled.
You did.
I didn't mean
You
to.
did.
Happy
so
birthday to Erin Andrews.
Oh yeah, she is 47.
I think you're right. I'll say 48, but I think she's right.
45.
46.
You might be right.
We have a correct answer. Goes to Carmichael Dave.
Yeah,
Erin
I was gonna
Andrews
say.
is
I think
48.
Yeah, you're right.
She does a podcast with Carissa Thompson, who's also has a birthday.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's right. Chris is a year older than me, but I just gave that away. Damn it. 27.
Carissa is 50. Well, Carissa Thompson is 40 today.
A year older than you?
Okay, y'all. I just dumbed it down.
23.
So. Yeah, man. That's my co-host right there.
I got 4 hours, man.
That's right, bro.
51.
Oh.
Oh, damn, Chris.
Time. Go in there. Someone's got to
Oh,
give
wring
it.
your neck.
She's 19.
19.
Yeah. Look at Jace. He's like, shit.
Can't even drink yet.
19 times 3.
Oh, damn.
Wow. Happy birthday to Dawn Staley.
How much older is she than you?
Yeah. A lot.
Dawn Staley is 41.
What? Really?
Dave.
54.
Oh, really?
55.
Oh.
Look at Dave. Oh.
53.
Kayla's closest, 56 today.
Okay, so I was off.
Come on,
Jeez,
Dave.
Dave's giving people the benefit
Former
of the doubt.
Steeler and great play in the Super Bowl, James Harrison.
Nice.
James is 45.
49.
47.
48.
We have a correct answer. Goes to Christopher Laud, 48th birthday.
Wow.
Yay.
40th?
48th.
Oh, I was like, damn.
Scott Perry will be representing the Sacramento
Yeah.
Kings.
Barry.
Who would you guys take?
Me.
Yeah, we